What up, everybody? How are you guys? Welcome. Gather on in. File into the seats, ladies and gentlemen. Get on into the arena and grab your drinks. Grab your controllers. Get ready to go. If you want to fly in today's tournament, you're more than welcome to. You haven't missed your chance. You guys can still get into today's tournament. There's only 2 left, guys. Today and Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, of course, for you guys to get your final chances to seed yourself into the final event for April 2nd and possibly become the next DRL pilot in the 2020 season, guys. Get ready. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. All you have to do is launch the DRL sim. Make sure you've flown the 3 heats that are required in the Tryouts tab. That will qualify you for the tournaments automatically. I'm quiet. What do you mean I'm quiet? I'm not. I'm the same volume I am, believe me. Anyway, you guys will seed yourself into these tournaments for you guys from those 3 heats. Once you've done that, then all you have to do is hop into the tournaments itself, and you're good to go. Hey, Carla, how are you? Cliff Fox, how are you? Banu Fong, how are you? Roasty, hey, bud, how are you? Leafy over there on YouTube, how are you? Brian Tucker, Captain Craig's dad in the house, how are you, man? Ooh, that's a tough name. AXOLPO. Yeah, Brian Tucker, you don't see me at this point. The intro video is still going on. Well, the music is louder, you're saying. I don't know, we can turn the music down a little bit. However, you are the only person saying that so far, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. There, how's that? Is that better? I lowered the music volume. However, my volume is the same as always, so... EJ747 says, I agree. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Cliff Fox, thanks for the host. The music is really good. Oh, good. Hey, Graham, how are you? Roses are red, violets are blue, and because of Corona, we're all in the poo. Well, we're all out of toilet paper, that's for sure. I don't know how your guys' stock's doing on toilet paper, but mine's, you know, I'll be worried in a few weeks. Brandon Snyder, how are you? Did this is a start? I'm not sure what you're saying, brother. But I'm guessing you're asking if it started already. And you got 2 minutes, 26 seconds left until we are ready to go, at least until the qualifying round starts. It's actually 1 minute, a little over 1 minute, guys. Not sure why you're telling us that, Minky. We appreciate it, though. How much did I miss? The intro video still. You can see the timer in the bottom corner. You're good, my friend. Graham, you only got a 202 on the leaderboard. Don't say only. That's an achievement in itself, my friend. Kestus Kutcher. I hope I said that right, and if I didn't, I apologize. Hello, how are you? It's Lee. How are you, man? Rush, what's going on? Today is a tournament rush. It's tournament number 11 in the series. 12 is on Thursday, and then that's it. So your last 2 chances to get into the final event for April 2nd. Let's go, Halo. I'm waiting for those predictions. Excited for the racing. Thank you for everything, for all you guys are doing behind the scenes and guest speakers to make this happen. I'll be competitive next year. LOL. Sour Power FPV, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Thank you. Seriously, thank you guys for just hanging out. Appreciate you guys joining us, watching, supporting the show. Don't forget, guys, if you want to win $100, you guys can do that already. You can start putting your entries in. Use the hashtag DRLSimLive. It's right there in the bottom corner of the screen. And make sure you're tweeting at Drone Race League, okay? At Drone Race League. Send your tweets, hashtag DRLSimLive. Tell us your predictions. Maybe tell us what you're doing while you're on quarantine like the rest of us as well. Just realized that little logo up there is really tiny. Here, I'll give you a bigger one. How's that? Oh, Banu Fong. You'll have to find out who the special guest is. We'll announce that in just a little bit. Oh, why does it do this every damn time? I just don't. I fixed all of this so it would be ready to go, and yet here it is, all messed up. I don't understand why it feels the need to mess with my camera settings every time I go in and out of that damn screen. All right, I think we're good there. I think we're good. Hello and welcome, everybody. How the hell are you guys? Thank you so much for joining us today on this fine, happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are enjoying your time at home, whatever you're doing. I know we're all on quarantine, so it kind of blows, but use this as a good advantage, my friend. Use this as time to hang out with your family and get things done around the house. Anyway, hello and welcome, guys, to the 2020 DRL Sim Tryouts. I'm your host, Tony Noodle, and today marks tournament number 11 here on week number 6 of the Tryouts, where we crown our 11th winner to add to the 12 pilots going to the finals on April 2nd. Now, there's still time to register and fly in the tournaments. Once the sim is downloaded, go to the Tryouts tab from the main menu, complete the 3 required heats, and then you're automatically registered for all the tournaments in the series. Now, you'll have to do is click on the Tournaments tab after that from the main menu, and you can start your qualifier, which has already begun. Right now, guys, the qualifier has started for today's tournament, so make sure you get in there and start your qualifications. You guys will have 30 minutes, or now less than 30 minutes, to complete your fastest time on the leaderboard and get to the top 24, where the top 24 will be placed into the bracket. 4 groups of 6 will battle it out. The top 3 from each group will move on to the semifinals, giving us 2 groups of 6, and the top 3 from each of those 2 groups will move on to the finals, giving us the top 6 for today's tournament. You guys will battle it out for only one lucky spot to move into the final event on April 2nd. Who will it be? We'll find out tonight, guys. Don't forget, there's plenty of ways for you guys to win with DRL. We've got the Tune-In Awards, where all you have to do is tweet at Drone Race League on Twitter using the hashtag DRLSimLive. You can see it in the bottom corner of the screen over there. Send us a tweet. Tell us what you're doing while you're on quarantine. How's it been going for you guys so far? Maybe give us your predictions of who you think will win today, or who you think will overall win the entire event. Give us that information. Maybe you have questions for today's guest, which we'll announce in a little bit. You guys can send them all through those tweets using the hashtag DRLSimLive, tweet at Drone Race League, and that will enter you into the drawing to possibly win $100. Three of you guys will win $100 today. So big news there. If you guys want to win $100, all you got to do is tweet at us, and you'll be entered into that drawing. Don't forget, guys, there's plenty of other ways to win. There's the regional leaderboards. There's the rookie leaderboards. There's the participation awards. Did I say the weekly leaderboards already? There's a couple other ways. Make sure you guys are checking out the DRL website with all that information on there. Travis Daly, are you here with us today?
I'm here. What's going on, Tone?
Oh, hey, how are you? Happy Tuesday.
Is that loud?
No, you're good.
Happy Tuesday.
It's
Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday, and we're not having tacos today. Are you guys having tacos today?
If we had tacos, we'd be breaking our flow. We never actually do.
Taco Tuesday, we talk about it a lot, but we never actually, for some reason, have those. I don't know why. We're actually having pasta tonight because Mason's birthday is today, and it's his special request that I make him my special famous pasta. That's what he calls it. So that'd be exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a little trick I learned while I was in Saudi Arabia. So I used that pasta creating and making methods, and he just absolutely loves it. And if you guys ever want that, well, costs money to have.
I'm still waiting for my invitation, but that's cool.
Thank you.
Mason?
DRL corporate office is saying happy birthday to Mason. Thank you. I'll let him know. Matter of fact, where is Mason? Mason! Come here! I'll get him over here. Come here. Can you at least like do your hair or something?
No.
No, he doesn't even look. It doesn't fix his hair. Another why? Just messy hair and everything. Everyone wants to say happy birthday. Look, people are saying happy birthday. I guess throw some happy birthdays in the chat for Mason, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
hair looks great, by the way.
Just full of giggles. How old are you today?
9.
9. And what are you doing for your birthday? Hanging out in quarantine, huh?
Playing video games.
What are you playing?
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on my Switch.
Woo! Have fun with that. I'll kick your ass later on it, okay? See you, buddy.
I'm going against Mama.
Oh, you're gonna beat Mama? All right. Good luck. All right, buddy. Anyway, that's what's going on over here in the Canoodle household. Thank you, everybody, for the happy birthdays. He's gonna love it, guys. But, Trav, we got a special guest with us today, and this special guest is like one of my favorite special guests of all time. Don't tell the other guests that I said that, though. But he's like one of my faves. I'm just saying. He's the man, the
We've
myth,
had a lot of fun in the past.
and the legend, Mr. Tiny Whoop himself, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. There you go. Jesse Perkins, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, what's going on?
So glad I got that clap reel in there. I'm just, I'm afraid it's not loud enough. If it wasn't loud enough, we can just give you another version of it. How about that?
I thought that was just you clapping. Was there a clap reel going on? I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, no, I just play it. You can't hear it, but they can hear it, and it's even louder that time. So there you go.
They're still screaming for me, aren't they?
They
the
are,
fake
yeah.
audience still going crazy right now. I get that all the time.
Jesse, how the hell are you, man?
Dude, I'm feeling good in the neighborhood. I mean, I'm staying positive today. There's a lot to be down about, but the best part of this whole thing is I've done tons of reconnecting with my old friends. You know, I've talked to you a couple times and also a whole bunch of other people in the community, tons of video chatting, and it's bringing me to life, man. It's the cure to social distancing.
Yeah, I have found that with this whole quarantine thing, you know, I've seen posts about it, but I think there's a blessing in disguise amongst this whole thing. And of course, this is a horrible situation to have in the world, and I don't wish it upon anybody, obviously. But I think we have to look at the positive things and what's going on, and I think it's allowing us to connect with people in ways we didn't connect with before. I find myself calling my parents more often, and I find myself calling friends more often, and just seeing how they're doing, and just having a general concern. And I think we've lost that somewhere along the line. So, you know, this is a nice little reminder to, you know, make sure you guys are giving your calls to people and saying hello, and you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom, right?
Yeah, no, there absolutely are positive sides, and it's really hard to even talk about it, especially like to a huge audience, because there's people watching and having a hard day, you know, people having a really hard time in their life. But I'm trying, you know, we're all at the point now where we realize we have to spend some time focusing on the positive, and it is good for us, and I'm happy that I learned that.
I'm glad to hear you say that, and that's awesome, you know? This Graham says the lockdown has freed up the skies. While that is true, stay your asses at home, guys. We don't need to spread any of this stuff, okay? I know it's tempting, but just stay home. Don't risk it. It's not worth it, okay, guys? It's not worth it. But Jesse, I'm so glad to have you. I'm excited. You're a lot of fun as always. This is, I think one of the people always ask me all the time, like, how do I get started in FPV? And while the first thing I always tell them is to get a controller and get the sim, the very next thing I tell them to do is you got to get a Tiny Whip. 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 It's one of the it's I almost feel like it's a rite of passage. You know what I mean? Like, you got to start out on these little things that just allow you to kind of open up your imagination in the sport and the hobby of FPV. And you can go crazy places with it. You can modify them like crazy. You can make them go super fast. You can make them super chill. You know, there's a lot of ways that people can do things with Tiny Whips, and you're doing crazy things out there yourself. I mean, your background alone speaks in itself.
Yeah, I mean, this place, Tiny Whip headquarters, is an excellent, you know, psychedelic race course full of mirrors and lights. But yeah, I mean, Sim's obviously the first step into getting FPV by a million miles. This is an excellent sim. It's awesome that this tournaments like this bring tons of people to FPV. Tiny Whip's a great option for real world stuff, but a lot of people jump straight into mini quads. Those guys also usually end up flying some Tiny Whip on the side during the after parties and such. But yeah, the sim is something I didn't have when I got into FPV,
right.
and
Yeah, they
one
weren't
thing that
around back then.
There was Freerider.
Freerider
had
was
come
the
out
only
in
one,
the
yeah.
summer of 2015, $5 sim that was awful.
Yeah.
And I bought a $300 laptop from Walmart so I could sit in the car on the way to my road trip to Drone Nationals 2015 in the summer and
That's
practice.
awesome.
But yeah, I'm envious because one thing all of the pros have in common is a ton of time on the sim. Just
Yeah.
hours and hours. It's the reason pilots talk about hours in terms of their flight experience, because if you put in the hours on a sim like this, you're gonna get better, and that's
Yeah.
what they all have in common.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the best ways to get yourself affiliated and understanding the concepts of flight, understanding how these things are controlled. You know, they're not controlled like normal like airplane. A lot of people think you can compare them to the airplanes, and like, you know, they're just not quite the same. You can't yank and bank, you know, quite the same like you would on an airplane. It's a different flying, so it takes some time to kind of figure out and learn as well. So
Well, it forces you into 4-channel thought
Yeah.
immediately. You know, with a plane you can do 3-channel. Driving, some people consider 2-channel, but the 4th channel is the hardest one, adding
Right,
the yaw in there.
yeah.
And that's what the sim's really for in my mind.
Yeah, I agree. You know, it's a great way to save a lot of money. Not wrecking parts. You know what I mean? There's a
Yeah.
lot of ways you can save some money with that. So it's great. And the Tiny Whip is exactly another way to do that. And I think, you know, I had a Tiny Whip. I've got a couple of them. I love these things. They're fun. You can fly them all throughout the house. You can chase the dogs and the kids, and they're just an immense amount of fun. I think the cool thing is that you can make a track anywhere you are. You know, even in one single room, you can make an amazingly fun track and have hours and hours of entertainment, and it's just a blast. So
Yeah, and the room feels different when you get tiny. You know, you're stuck in
Yeah.
the same house right now all day, but it feels like a different environment that's worthy of being tamed. You know, you want to conquer a little course that comes up right away in your mind. It's a good escape for me like that.
Yeah, I always equate it to, I don't remember what it was, but there was a video game when we were young that you played and the world was kind of huge and you were like in someone's bedroom. I don't remember what it was, but I just remember playing some weird game where like the world was big, and it always reminds me of that, and I love that feeling. So thank you for creating these amazing little vessels.
Hey, it was a cooperative project. I get a lot of credit for it, but Tiny Whoop has been a runaway freight train, and I'm definitely not the conductor. Haven't been for years. You know, it's a cultural movement, and yeah, I got lucky. I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be sitting here next to you, Tony, this great commentator. Every time this is the second time I've got to be a guest on your show, and it's an honor. You're a pro, and I learn a lot from you.
Well, if you count back in the day when I had Quad Talk, the podcast, it would be the third if you count that one. Man, that takes us back to way back, you know. So that's pretty.
I miss the
wild.
days of Quad Talk.
I do too. But at least we have this show, and I kind of feel that void of not having my own podcast anymore with this kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun. So
yeah.
Anyway, if you guys have questions for Jesse Perkins, then throw them out there. Tweet at us. Give us those tweets, and you'll get entered into the drawing for win $100. And of course, you'll also get your questions answered from Mr. Jesse Perkins, Mr. Tiny Whip himself, guys. Let's get going into the actual tournament, just so we can take a look at the qualifying and see how the boards look so far. So, Jesse, if you're on that onboarding screen, I've put it up on the screen, so I don't know if you have the stream up on the side as well, but you'll see it in a second if you're getting a delayed stream. But the enter button should be on the right side. You should be able to go in and enter that, and then you can click and drag this whole screen around. And for those that are also flying and don't know, in the tournament bracket, you guys can move this screen around by clicking and dragging it around. So you can move to the bottom of the qualifying list, and you can either start the qualifier or you can look at the results. Right now, we're going to look at the results. So looking at page number 1 of the results, you can see Sky in the number 1 spot, a 1 minute flat 94. Shame's just behind him with a 1 minute flat 99. SK Dare 101.47. He's in third place. That's huge. Captain Crazy in the number 4 spot, 101.84. Fantastic time. Rab FPV number 5. Imperious Scrappy G-Man Coronavirus. Free. Come on, man. That's free, and he changed his name to Coronavirus. That's going to throw me off the whole freaking event, and I hate you for that, Free. I hate you. Thumbs in the number 10 spot right now. Going over to page number 2. What do we got in there? Robot. You got Sandusky. Cloud FPV, Grook, Flying Ryan, Kyle, Dreams, Cliff Ox, Shrimpy Boy, and Zut FPV. You guys are 11 through 20 right now. Going over to page number 3, let's take a look at 21 through 24. Tribal, Rush, Magfly, and Silent. What's up, Silent? Good to see you in the number 24 spot, my man. 105.65 is the cutoff as it stands right now. But I think you guys will beat that. You guys will make those times much faster, I'm sure. Wicked Jester, you're just missing the cutoff by just a smidge. The FPV Circus, Hondo, Sharkert, Scooby, Space Bat, McBatterson, you guys as well. Just off by about a second or so. Keep on grinding and get those times higher. Get into that top 24. I'm sure
another 15 minutes, right?
They do. They have another 15 minutes left until that's done. And in matter of fact, if we go back to the original bracket screen, the top left corner will tell us exactly how much time they got. 15 minutes and 18 seconds as it stands. Right. Well,
plenty of time, guys.
Seconds.
Plenty of time. Don't start tripping yet.
No, not at all. Now, I want to take you guys through today's track. Let me show you a quick video for those who didn't see it last Thursday after Thursday night stream. Here is a video on this week's track, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got the applause in there. Sorry about that, guys. That was probably just, I left it on from the last time. Look at, why did it change my camera quality again? Oh, this is really, really, really frustrating that it does this.
You don't look that bad, by the way.
Oh,
you just look bright and shiny and
know,
angelic.
Right? It's just out of control. I don't understand why
Maybe
it decides to do this.
You're just vibing all that light, all that angelic energy, man.
Yeah, I guess that's just I guess that's the case. I don't know. Sorry about blowing your eardrums with the applause again. Every time I switched to that scene, I had it turned on. So
were they applauding for me again?
Yeah, they were. The crowd was just going wild. I had to shut them off.
Thank you.
Yeah, they were just a little loud. You know, I saw a question in there in the YouTube chat. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, it looked like I lost it. No. There it is. Coreyman0 says, how do I change DRL to my second monitor? Well, there's a couple ways you can do it. You could change the in-game screen mode, whether it's full screen, exclusive mode, or put it in windowed mode, and then you can move the window to the other screen and then full screen it there. Or you should be able to click on the icon on your toolbar of the DRL sim and then use the Windows key and the arrow button on your keyboard to go to the other monitor. That sometimes works as well. So hopefully that helped you out. Captain Overkill Gloryfield. I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me there, man. I don't know what that even means, but thank you.
I love how you start reading the comments out aloud before you read them yourself. You just have that much confidence. You can handle anything.
It doesn't matter. I'll go with the flow.
Type anything in the chat, and you'll just start reading it.
Yeah. Well, I like. Sometimes it's fun, you know. Glorified is what he meant to say. Is that what it was? Oh, it looks from far away. It looks like Glorifled, because the eye looks like an L from this. I'm getting old, guys. All right. I'm just saying. Question from Banu on Twitter for you, Mr. Perkins, and he wants to know what inspired you to create the Tiny Whoops.
Oh, it was here's the short answer. In 2015, 2016, me and a group of maybe 40 pilots around the United States were all traveling to the same races. So we would all get a big Airbnb we called Drone House, and after every race, no matter how late it ran, and they always ran very late, we would start flying micros, and it turned into an evolution that gave birth to Tiny Whoop. It was a big cooperation.
That's awesome. That's awesome. If you guys have other questions like that for him as well, throw them out there. Make sure you guys are using that hashtag so you get entered into that drawing to win $100. You might get $100 just from asking Jesse Perkins a question. So that's pretty awesome. I need to better my commentary. So I can, thank you, LSG Flight. Appreciate that. So modest. Seems to be a simple track compared to last time. Big grinny face. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's got its ups and downs, if you know what I mean. But you know what I mean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I was going with. Ready to see some whooping at IO again, Roberto FPV says.
I sure hope so, man. Here's to hoping IO works out great.
Yeah.
It's the thing I look forward to most every year.
A lot of fun. All right, I'm caught up over there. I think I'm caught up over there. Can you get a shout out to Creator Gamer? Sadly, he cannot participate. I think he's a good pilot, and he always helps and motivates me to get better and better. Brumo FPV says, Creator Gamer is awesome. Where is he today? Why can't he fly? That
Dude,
blows.
that's what this community is all about. Every time I do anything, I hear every day about somebody who wants to give extra credit to their mentor, you know?
Yeah.
I love that. It's beautiful.
That's huge. Guys, you have 10 minutes left until qualifying is done. Let's take a look at those results one more time. Shame's now on top of the board from Team Heart of America. He's got a 1 minute flat, 82. Sky right there behind him, 10087. SK Dara, 10147. You guys got to break that. I can't be handling this 1 minute flat time. It's too hard to even mention on the quick.
Less than 2 seconds for the top 10. I mean, wow.
Yeah. Captain Crazy in number 4.
Last time we looked, I think it was 7 seconds separating the top 30. Less than 7 seconds. Amazing.
And now we've got in the number 3 page, so 21 to 24. Silent still in the number 24 spot, 104.95. Shrimpy Boy, Cliff Fox, and TWG Dreams. You guys are in the mix right now, but Wicked Jester, Magfly, Hondo, Tribal, Theory, Sharker, you guys are just off by a little bit. Keep on grinding. You got a little less than 10 minutes to finish those qualifying runs and get into the top 24. Cliff Fox, you just flew 1 heat? Why? I mean, you're still in the number 22 spot right now, but you can't start it again. Why can't you start it again, my friend? It's even the European time zone for you guys and the European server. Come on, Cliff Fox. Oh, he has a knee surgery, and his surgery is tomorrow. Well, if you talk to him for us, Rumo, tell him that everyone at DRL is wishing him a happy recovery and hope everything goes well with his surgery. And best of luck to him. The tourney just froze for you, Bumper Lickin' says. Restart. Well, the tourney hasn't started, but the qualifier has. Maybe you just need to restart. Maybe your PC just froze some. Not sure. I'm not sure. All right, let's take a look at some of the fastest times that we have on the board. We'll head over outside of the tournament to the leaderboard section. Hey, Jesse, if you want to join us there, or you can just watch the delay a little bit on stream. But
No, I'm watching. I'm following along.
All right, so I'm going over to the DRL leaders, originals, Drone Park, and then the week 6 track. And,
okay.
And I think we should watch Amari's insanely fast time of a 59.60.
Did you guys finally start calling him Amari? Because last time I was on the stream, it was pretty much always Armani.
It was Armani. I just don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
was. Yeah, we're gonna end that joke.
Hey, Jordy Kaiser, if you could do us a favor, just don't spam the chat. We'll happily answer your questions, but just no need to spam the chat. What are your best tips for FPV racing? I'm just starting. Man, that's a really vague question, but I think if you're just starting out and you don't have a controller yet, get a controller, get a sim, and start practicing and learning on there. And get yourself a Tiny Whip and start flying around your house. You could use the same controller that you use for the sim as well as for the Tiny Whip, and you can be flying in your house in a safe place, getting used to the whole concept of it, as well as flying in the sim and preparing yourself for your first purchased drone. So there you go.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. Just get a sim and keep on putting in time until you're not thinking about your thumbs at all, until it's an extension of your body. That's the way to go.
That's a really good, muscle memory is I think is such an important factor in drone racing. Obviously being able to think very quickly on the fly, but muscle memory built up is such a huge predecessor when it comes to flying racing drones, or any drone at that, to be honest with you. All right, I've got Amari, his fastest run pulled up, and I'm going to start that up right this second. Here it is, guys. Amari's FPV view as he starts into the merry-go-round. We'll call this a carousel because it goes up and down in a circle as he drops down below the bridge, making that hard right turn and back up. So far, looking really smooth. I mean, obviously, the guy's got the fastest time on the boards. That was a very quick twisting turn there through that little dive. Now, Jesse, you and I were talking. You were naming that section for us. What did you end up coming up with?
I didn't come up with much. I keep wanting to describe it. I love the corner dip on that dive, and all the pros that I've seen fly it are incredible at that. Very, that's a precise timing maneuver right there. So I was going back and forth. Yeah, there it is. I was going back and forth between, I never came up with a good one, Tony.
All right. Well, you know what? Maybe we should give this one give this one to the audience.
I love it.
All right. I'm going to go back to that section. Now, you guys are watching. This is crazy. Here he is on that big, huge dive at the end of the track and then on his run to the finish. So I'm going to stop him there and pull him over. This is the section we're talking about. As I just passed it, of course. Where is it? There it is. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. This little section, I'm going to slow it down and hit play so you guys can see what we're talking about. This little section right here. I wanted to give a name to this.
Yeah, it deserves one because it's one of the trickiest parts on the track.
Yeah, right. The dip and rip. That's not bad.
I love dip and rip. It's like the corner dip or something like that. But
you know what? I think we should call it the fun dip.
Oh, I love fun dip. Are we gonna get in trouble for that, just like Armani?
I don't know. I mean, I already said it.
Fun dip. You remember fun dip is those little candy things where you dip it into the powder and lick sugar off sugar?
Right? I mean, we're calling a maneuver on the track, or we're calling a section on the track the fun dip. I don't know if we're going to get in trouble for that. Corporate will tell me, I'm sure.
Let's risk it. Let's risk it.
So until they tell me otherwise, I'm going to call it the fun dip. This is the hurricane section right here. Now, we're watching very slow speed of Amari go through this section. This is about 24% speed. Let's give it up to 63%. It's just pretty wild. I have a question for you, Jesse, from Scarlett over on Twitter. It says, Jesse, who is the best Tiny Whip pilot in acro mode?
In acro mode, there's a few competitors right now. First of all, I'd like to say that the fastest Tiny Whip pilot on the planet is in this competition, Rab FPV, but he flies mostly angle mode. I don't usually say that about Tiny Whip pilots, but I've never seen a pilot like this guy. He's very, very fast, and he just started on this course, an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I think he's in third place right now on the leaderboard. But the best pilot in acro mode, it's a toss-up. One of the pilots that immediately comes to mind is Jason Kasevich in Minnesota. He's been crushing Tiny Whoop acro for a long time, but there are tons out there. And if you watch the International Game of Whoop, you see the best of the best. Daniel Daylight is an incredible pilot. Also, Stephen K from Australia, unbelievable skill. He's the only person in the International Game of Whoop with no letters. So we're kind of watching that hash out right now.
No kidding. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Super Mud, what's the minimum age to become a DRL pilot? 16. We lowered it this year. It used to be 18, and now it is 16. So
I love that you did that, by the way.
Yeah, it was my personal decision, to be honest with you.
Good job, Tony.
I just really wanted the young guys to have a chance. No. We got a lot of feedback from a lot of people over the years, and people have wanted it lower. And, DRL is very, very big on making sure that that young guys who are still in high school are getting their education. They want to, they're very, that's very important to DRL. Mm-hmm. Our CEO, Nick Horbacheski, I've talked to him personally, and he has stressed that to me. He's like, your education is important, and that should come first. Drone racing is not going anywhere. We're having a good time. We're going to keep on doing this. We're going to keep on grinding this thing, and it'll be there for you. So, get what you need to out of the way, and then come to us. But eventually we decided, you know what? If we can make sure that we'll try this out, see how this works out. We'll get it lower to 16 and give these guys a chance. And they still have to make sure they're keeping up on schoolwork and all that kind of stuff. They can't just get away from that whole aspect, and it can't interfere, obviously. But it's pretty awesome that we ended up dropping it down. So I'm glad of that. How can you join DRL like the real races? Jordy Kaiser says. Very good question. All you have to do, one of the best ways to become a pilot in DRL is right here through this tournament series that we have. We hold it once a year. It's called the DRL Tryouts, and you guys can jump in there. We did it differently from this year, where we're allowing players to fly from home and enter into this competition and do the whole thing. Obviously, it worked out just so well in our favor because of the coronavirus and everyone being on lockdown, but you can do it from your home, the comfort of your own seat, at your own desk, and if you win the competition, you'll become the next pilot in the DRL series. So that's huge. Question from Banu on Twitter for you, Jesse. What was your most memorable moment as a pilot?
I always think back to some of the early days when I was having, I look back at those flights now and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was not good flying. But back when I thought it was good flying, when I was, riding the cutting edge, I had a whole bunch of flights that changed my life. Most of them are tiny whoop, but some of them are definitely some long-range mini-quad. I did a flight over Courthouse Rock down in Arizona that I will never forget the way that felt, just diving gigantic cliffs on a long-range mountain ride.
That had to be a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, But yeah, my favorite flights ever are probably flying around children and animals. You know, one question I got once before is, what is the best animal to tiny whoop around? And the bottom line is, human children are the best animals to fly to chase and fly around. They're so much fun and unpredictable, and they instantly look at a tiny whoop and think it's a little friend.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
they want to play. They want to start playing now when they see it. I love that.
Yeah. Guys, you've got less than a minute left to finish your runs. We're looking at the qualifier page number 3 right now. 24th place, Dreams. You're on it right now. Rush, you're in 23. Tribal up to 22. Shrimpy Boy up to 21. Cliff Ox, they knocked you down a peg or two. What happened, Cliff Ox? Were you able to get back in? I hope you did, my friend. I hope you did. The Hurricane section needs to be renamed to the Squarenstein Squares.
Oh, is that...
That's what somebody said in chat. I'm going to keep it as
Bernstein Bears reference.
I think that's what.
Or like a Hollywood Squares reference.
I don't
I could
know.
see.
I instantly thought of both, but I wasn't sure.
I could see it being Hollywood, kind of Hollywood Squaresy.
Yeah,
I don't see what's Bernstein Bearsy about it though.
I could too. Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's just over my head. It's over our heads.
It really is at this point, you know. Here's the good news. The qualifying is done. For those that didn't catch that, qualifying is over, and we're already seeding into the quarterfinals. Jesse, you should have now quarterfinal boxes with little pictures in it.
I do.
And you can click on Group 1. It'll expand the box, and then you'll see an option to click on Spectate.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. So I'm going to go over those results, guys, from the top 24. Shames, Coronavirus, Scrappy FPV, Grook, Silent, and Dreams. You guys are in group number 1. Group number 2 will be Sky, Imperious, Vizzy, Engineer, Guile, and Rush FPV. Group number 3, that's going to be Rab, Captain Crazy. You got Sandusky, Cloud FPV, Zut FPV, and Tribal in group number 3. And in group number 4, SK Dare, G-Man, Thumbs, Robot, Flyin' Ryan, and Shrimpy Boy. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our top 24 guys in the quarterfinals. We're going to group number 1 to spectate our first heats, guys. And just I'll give you guys the colors as well. Scrappy be flying in the yellow drone. Coronavirus in blue. Freak. Oh, good lord. Why did you do that to us? Grook in green. Dreams in the orange drone. Silent in purple. And Shames, well, you'll be in red. All right. Travis, how's things looking on your end over there in the backside of the world?
On the backside of the world, that's what I'm looking at, boys.
What are you looking at? The backside of the world?
From back there, everything looks okay. It looks like we did get some people. I got a few people reporting issues that they weren't able to get in. They were having connection issues, whether or not that's with everybody at home in their neighborhoods using the internet, or also the fact we are using European servers for our Tuesday tournaments, as this time was set up specifically for European guests. So we do the European server on Tuesdays and then US on Thursdays. But the show must go on. I could not, we couldn't extend any time. We got tons of submissions at times. Let's see, we have 140 people submitted times to get
awesome.
in, and we've got our top 24. So I think everything is looking good to move forward, and apologies to anyone that wasn't able to make it in. But we have our Thursday tournament, so keep practicing, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah. If you could reach out to Space Bat McBatterson over in the Tryouts channel on Discord, he's asking a question that I can't get to at the moment because we've got a race to go on, dude. All right, going into heat number 1 in just a moment, folks. But there's your 6 guys in the first group for quarterfinals. Let us know, where is Halo Walker? I saw him up there. I want to know what your predictions are. Halo Walker, for those that don't know, has given some of the best predictions that we've ever seen as far as who will win, and it's pretty incredible how spot on he is most of the time. So that's huge. And also, Trav, if you could move us when you get a sec to move us into that race call channel for the guys, I think
maybe we should just ask for the prediction, just end the race. I mean, if it's that reliable, let's just
we
call it right now.
I mean, we don't even need to go on with the whole event, right?
The whole song and dance.
We go get a beer. We go get a virtual beer together. I'm good with that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm all about that, man. Shames, Corona, Scrappy. That's what Halo Walker says is the. I'm writing it down, okay? I'm writing it down with my handy dandy pen. I got the pen working, by the way. I know last event it wasn't working, but okay. So you got Shames, all right, and coronavirus. Goddamn free and Scrappy. All right, let's see if he's right this time. We'll find out. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's do you guys agree with that? I don't know.
Shames, Corona, Scrappy in that order. Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. Race Pro FPV over in the YouTube chat. I'm gonna allow someone from our corporate office to answer that question for you. Okay, Race. He's asking, why don't you do a tournament for the people who are under 16? Yeah, they can answer that question better than I can. Probably has to do some legal reasons, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it has something to do with that. All right, we're just waiting for this heat to start, and we'll get underway with quarterfinals group number 1 as we wait for that one. My USB transmitter went out, and I had to fly it through my drone. What? You had to fly through your drone? Working fine until beta flight froze and the drone took off. Hondo, you're having a bad day, my friend. Yeah, Shames in there. A lot of people throwing out the Shames number 1. Shames is gonna get this thing. I think Shames has a great chance. The guy's amazing.
Shames in the red.
SST FPV says coronavirus nickname. Cute. Real cute. I'm with you on that one too. I'm a little free. I'm a little mad at you, Free, because I can't like it. I look at the names when I say the names, and it just, what I see is what I read. I'm kind of like
Mm-hmm.
what's his face from the movie? Just you read. What the hell is the? My mind's gone blank now. Will Ferrell plays this character, and he is a broadcaster. Somebody's got another damn. Ron Burgundy.
Anchorman?
Thank you. Yes, Anchorman. Yeah, he's just like, he just reads, whatever
what they write on the prompter, he reads it out.
And I've done that many times. And I'm Ron Burgundy. Yes, right. Fuck you, Santiago. All right. If you guys have other questions, make sure you throw them out there. Guys, don't forget, you guys want to win some cash, you're more than welcome to. We're giving it away. All you have to do is tweet at Drone Race League and use the hashtag DRLSimLive. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. You can see it right there. Right there. And you might win some cash. 3 lucky winners at the end of today's stream will win $100. For those that have won $100 in the past with us using the TuneIn Awards, don't worry. I've had people message me and say, what do I have to do to get my money? Don't worry. We have corporate will contact you guys that have won. They'll probably be sending out a whole bunch of them at the same time. So thank you, Team Crash. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't always keep up with the conversation. It's kind of difficult, but
he's doing a great job. As someone who runs a bunch of live streams, you are crushing it. You're watching multiple chat windows here. Come on.
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the Discord one as well. And then so it's not the easiest things. Halo Walker says, "Oh my god, I just died in my battle royale." Shit. What are you playing? There's no battle royale in the DRL sim, so I'm just saying. I don't know what you're playing, but it's the wrong game right now. Wait, is your house all the whoop vids are coming from? Wicked Jester is asking. I'm assuming he's asking you, Mr. Perkins.
No, this is not my house. A lot of people think I live here. This is Tiny Whoop headquarters, which is actually 20 minutes or 30 minutes from my house. Devil's Reject is also asking over and over how I feel about flippy floppies in Tiny Whoop world. Yes, Tiny Whoop is 100% capable of all the flippy floppies you want ever since we went brushless, and even 2S if you're not getting enough flippy floppy control that you want on 1S, go for it, man. We're there. The days of flippy floppies being outside of Tiny Whoop's reach are over.
Yeah, those are gone, especially with with so many different configuration options that you can do. It's just unbelievable. You can have just a ton of fun. You can fly them like you stole them. I mean, they're crazy aggressive. You can fly them really chill if you want. A lot of people do a lot of different things with them. I like to chase the kids and the dogs, so to each their own, right?
It's the best. Yeah,
it really is. Don't diss the aviators. No one. Who's dissing the aviators? Who dissed the aviators?
If somebody dissed the aviators, I'm gonna send you a free pair of aviators.
Oh,
I got a big stack of them over here.
Jordy Kaiser.
Jordy Kaiser's gonna put these things on. Look in the mirror.
I read that wrong. It's Jory. No, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Jorit Kaiser says, "Why does Jesse wear glasses inside?" LOL. I'm never getting it, my friend. Okay, well, sometimes you gotta wear them.
There's several reasons. Number 1, fashion. Number 2, protection. This is Tiny Whoop headquarters, and I'm in isolation right now. There's nobody else here, but usually there's an aircraft in the air.
Yeah.
And there's been a few times I was happy to wear the aviators.
Rush, you are so wrong. I disagree with that comment.
Oh no, Rush, that's Tanner Rush, the winner of the Tiny Whoop IO last year.
Rush FPV?
And yeah, Rush FPVs, Tanner Rush, he won the Tiny Whoop IO at the International Open last year. Outstanding Tiny Whoop pilot.
Well, he's dissing your glasses.
I don't think he actually is dissing my glasses. I mean if he is, we're gonna chat.
FPV Kev says, I hate aviators, and I'll PM you my address later on.
Nice one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Everybody's jumping
I
on
hate
that
them as
now.
well. So, Jess, if you could send some to me, I don't have any anymore. I used to have some, but I don't have any. Aviators, I think, are the best. Takes me back to the
that's
Top Gun.
it. Tanner
Gun,
saying
yeah.
Rush FPV saying now he was just trying to score some glasses also by saying that they suck.
I don't blame him for that, to be honest with you.
So I'm gonna get a lot of aviator hate now that people find out that somebody could get a pair that way.
Right? I act like a little kid in a candy store when I get a package from Tiny Whoop. And then when I open it up and I see a personal message from you in there, and there's maybe like a little extra something.
And
in there.
candy.
Bro, it's the best, man.
Like the candy, that's the candy store part, right?
It's the best. And all the stickers that you have sent me are all over my my Hydro Flask as well.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I always get people asking me questions when they see my water bottle and they ask, they see the stickers and they go, "What's that? And what's that? And what's that?" And I'm always telling like majority of the stickers on there are from Tiny Whip. So thank you for that. The best thing in the world is get a package from Jesse Perkins.
Thanks, man.
You should put a tiny pair of aviators on your Tiny Whip. I like that.
I've done
idea.
that. Yeah,
Have you
in fact,
really?
In 2015, someone sent me a whole bunch of little 3D printed aviators that I would fly around on my Whoop too.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Risky Business says, "What's up, Jesse P? How are you?"
What's up, Josh? How's Tennessee? I hope you're feeling good.
Super Mud says, "How could you hate aviators?" I'm with you, Super Mud. I don't know. We got a question from Zach Anderson on Twitter to Jesse. Mr. Perkins, what is your favorite Tiny Whoop gate / tunnel?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean, I'm just gonna say the answer was probably Rudy's Hyperdrive. Flight Test just put out a video on their Flight Test Tech channel if you want to build one, but it's just this tunnel that looks like infinite stars, like a star field swishing past you. It's even more, it's cooler to me than the mirror tunnels. Most people that I fly with love the mirror tunnels, but the Rudy's Hyperdrive is the most intense effect for me. It's my favorite.
I really like that. You had one that was like a kaleidoscope. Is that the mirror tunnel you're talking about?
Yeah, yep,
Yeah,
we call it
that's
the kaleidoscope.
I love that thing. It's just, it's awesome to go through. And I mean, I haven't personally gone through it, but just seeing guys that go through it, just the look of it all, it's just amazing.
It's another world.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, I know our race official Travis Daly, Mr. FP Vegan, was handling some business on the back end. I think we're almost ready to go.
I am here. There was
good.
just one potential discrepancy. I just had to review it with our team and just make sure everything is good. We are good to go, so we're going to proceed. I'll just give these guys a heads up that actually I may even just close this lobby just to make sure everybody is present and here. So I'm going to close the lobby. Everyone's going to get kicked, and I'll make sure everyone joins just since we've been sticking around here for so long.
Beautiful. Thorondor, I think I said that right. Honestly, he said, I honestly prefer the mirror one. It's like entering a TARDIS. No kidding.
It is, yeah. The moment you cross over the threshold, you forget where you are. And you got to figure out which one of those hexagons is the right one to go through because it looks like an infinity of them.
Right. Jesse, if you could jump back into that same lobby, that would be great. Still waiting for RGB LEDs to come back in stock. Just saying. Uh-oh. Have those been out of stock for a while?
Oh, yeah. Well, we've had a lot of stock issues with the extended Chinese New Year, but it's all working out now.
Gotcha. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't tweeted at us to get that hashtag DRL Sim Live tweet out there, make sure you do that. You get entered into that drawing for $100. We're getting ready to start heat number 1 of quarterfinals number 1. Sorry for the delay, folks. We had a little bit of issue in the back end, but all is well now, as it seems. The drones are loading in on the podiums, and we're ready to go. You ready for this, Jesse?
Oh, yeah, I'm stoked. It's about time, man.
I'm all jacked up on G Fuel right now. I'm rocked. Let's do this.
Oh, man, I got to get down on that.
Oh, it's delicious.
All the streamers are G Fueling, man. I'm not even G Fueling.
Bro, it's delicious. Now, I'm using, I'm on my, like, reserve stash right now. I'm on the stuff that I don't really care for, which is the golden apple pear flavor, but it's okay. But it's my reserve when I run low. It's like what's
You
left.
got to
I've had it.
fueled up.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for the BOGOs, and then the last one came up, and I missed it. So I was a little bummed. Silent, you're on the podium, but you're not flying, my man.
Go, Silent, go.
All right, Silent hasn't taken off yet. He's in the number 6 position. That's the purple drone. But look at Grook, though. Watching him as he tries to take the soars in front in Shames, actually. In front of Shames and coronavirus. Oh, Lord, I'm going to have a hard
Let's
time.
just call him free. Let's
Yeah.
just call him
We
free.
are going to do a reset on this heat.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Ooh.
So Silent, I'm assuming Silent had the issue, and that probably got us to do a refill. So, do you eat G Fuel dust? I have tasted G Fuel dust, but I don't eat it. I don't snort it. I don't do any of that crazy stuff. I don't know what you crazy kids are out there doing, but I just drank the stuff, so it's delicious.
I got a shout out to Jet. What's up, man? How you doing?
Jet! Hey!
Yeah, Jet saying what's up to. He calls me Giuseppe because a long time ago they called me Jesse P. You know, they call me Jesse P.
Of
And
course.
he switched it to Giuseppe. And there was one day where I was like, "Hey, Jordan, I don't really like Giuseppe," and that's when it really stuck.
that was
when
it.
it almost
Once you
became
say, once you've declared that you don't like a nickname, well, guess what? That's
Yeah,
your
well,
new
Giuseppe,
nickname.
you know, he was the famous puppeteer of Pinocchio, wasn't
yeah.
he?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
to be the puppeteer of anything.
That's
I
my
don't think
understanding. Well, you
But-
kind of are the puppeteer of Tiny Lips.
the puppeteer. I mean, that implies I got like people on my strings. Or, I mean,
I'll give you that. Can you jump back into that new lobby? It should have reset
Yep,
for you to
thank you.
jump back in. Jet is in the house. He is. Yeah. Oh, AKA Vizzy says I have 16 tubs if you need one, Canuto. Bro, I don't know if you have black on blackberry, but if you have black on blackberry, I'll take you up on that. That's for sure. That's probably my favorite flavor. That one and Phaseberry, I think is one of my favorites. Love that. Love Phaseberry. If you haven't had it, guys, get on it. Give it a try. All right, heat number 1 at quarterfinals number 1 is underway. Watching Freeze View. Yes, I know it says coronavirus, but that's Free in the blue drone, trolling the hell out of us as he gets out of the carousel on the dive down under the bridge. He's got Grook, and it looks like Shames up in front of him, though. I'm going to switch to that outside view. And we're looking, there's Shames' view as he drops in, sets up for the Hurricane, swings back around. Shames up in front. The red drone, remember that lucky red drone, ladies and gentlemen. 1 turn, 2 turn, and then he'll swing back around, dive down, set up for the cube, into the dog leg. That's that left-right section under the bridge. He'll swing back around here. And up top, Shame's still in the lead. Free in second. Grook, well, he just dropped to 4th place. He's fighting it out with Scrappy FPV. Let's take a look from Scrappy's view. He's got Grook in his sights. Tries to gain some ground, unable to do so. Scrappy still holding on to the 4th place position. Makes a tight turn, passes Grook, and passes Free in the blue drone. Scrappy moves to 2nd place. Now he's got some work to do to catch up to Shames. Jesse, can he do it?
I don't know, man. I'm
Nope.
really feeling the nerves. These guys are pushing so hard.
Well, they're on the
I'm
final
biggest-
turn now, and Shames already made it in first with a 102.90.
Nice.
Scrappy.
Oh, man, he earned that one. He was crushing so hard that whole race.
Shames did a fantastic job, but you know I got to applaud Scrappy on that one. Great job, Scrappy, going from 5th place all the way up to 2nd, clawing his way up there and not letting anybody get in his way. So great job, Scrappy. 104-33. He'll get 7 points on the board, but it's 10 for Shames, who's in the number 1 spot currently. He'll set the pace so far as we go to heat number 2. Coronavirus, well, that's Free in the blue drone. Did a 105-17, 5 points. Grook with 3, 1 for Dreams. And Silent with 0. What happened to Silent that run? I'm not sure if we saw him cruising or if he got his issue fixed or what happened, but hopefully he's good over there.
I wasn't
He was
looking, man.
flying.
This
He
tight
was flying, okay.
racing, nice. This tight racing just makes me clench up. Like
Yeah.
I was white knuckled during that race. I got to get used to this if I'm going to be a part like this.
It's it gets pretty aggressive. I'm switching to that outside view. So if you hit V and then hit number 1,
that's what I'm doing too.
Yeah, and you'll see that whole pack just fly together like a bag of Skittles. It's pretty amazing. As they
real.
swing around. Scrappy up there in the yellow drone fighting with Shames and Red. Those two
Shames.
neck and neck. 1-2, dropping into the fun dip.
Grook's crushing it too. Look at that. He made it up into first for a minute.
Uh-oh, Grook swings wide but cuts the inside turn. Takes out Scrappy as he moves ahead. Can he hold it, though? Scrappy's back in 2nd place. Pushes Grook to 3rd. Shames still up front in the red drone. Look at him go. Grook and Scrappy neck and neck. 1-2. And Free in the blue drone trying to catch up as he goes through the fun dip. Sets up for the Hurricane next. Shames still in the lead. Uh-oh. Scrappy and Grook are now catching up to Shames. They're closing the distance on him. Shames
Man,
trying to pull
Scrappy.
away.
Scrappy has that carousel down. He takes it tighter than everyone every single time.
He's
At
got
least
that
the first
locked.
2 times.
Had a little wobble going into tunnel, but looking good for second place on the dive through the slinky. And Shames has it on the final turn. Scrappy in second, Coronavirus. Well, he's in number 3 spot. Grook in 4th. Dreams in 5th. Silent so far in 6th place. Was there any change? It was the exact same order from heat number 1.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No.
Exact same
Oh,
order.
wow.
But we did have improved times. We had improved times across the board, so it seems. Yes, as a matter of fact, everybody improved their times going into heat number 2. We've got 20 points on the board for Shame, Scrappy with 14, and 10 for Coronavirus. Now remember, guys, the top 3 from this group will move on to the semifinals. The bottom 3 will have to try again on our final tournament, which is this Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So far, Halo Walker's predictions look pretty good, according to what he's telling me. So that's huge.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. How do you do that? But we'll see. We shall see.
He's good, I'm telling you. We got a request to see the stick view for the next heat. You got it.
Nice.
Jesse, do you still fly 5-inch a lot? And if so, what's your favorite build? Now, this is coming from Simon Saucy on Twitter.
What's up, Simon? No, I don't fly a lot of 5-inch. If I get the chance, if I have time to fly, I usually want to fly Tiny Wheel. I have several working 5 inches, but I haven't gotten them out for a little while. I'm kind of ashamed to admit it.
All right, I'm getting you guys the controller overlay. That's going on. However, we are still staying in the outside view, but whoever's name you see in the very top corner, that's whose controller we are looking at right now. It's Free in the blue drone as he's up front battling with Grook in green and Shames in red. Shames on the inside makes the pass on Grook. Can he hold it? Yes, he does. Now makes another pass on Free. Great job from Shames to show some amazing controls. He pushes the limits, bobbing and weaving around these other drones. Shames still up front in the red drone. Free in second, Grook in green in third.
Scrappy falling back. I'm wondering what happened. I must have made some kind of an error, but look at Grook's pushing up into third now.
Grook's looking fierce. He's got to make a pass on Free, though. Free's doing a good job holding him at bay as they drop to the fun dip. Slight wobble from Coronavirus up in front of him, but look at Grook makes the pass, and Free takes it right back. Shames, though. He dropped to third place. What happened? The order's all over the place. Grook now back into third. And Free and Shames, you're 1-2 as they battle it out, setting up for the Slinky next. The drop down, and Free's got the lead. Can he hold it? Tight
so
left
close.
turn. On the way to the finish. These two are neck and neck.
Right.
Free gets it with a 103.01. Wow.
Oh, man.
That was an incredible finish there. Thank you so much for these guys keeping us on our toes. And it switches up the standings a little bit. Coronavirus gets a 10-pointer on the board. He's in second place, though, still. Now, actually, he's moved up to second place. He was originally down in third place. Scrappy's down to third now. From that 0 point, he got a goose egg. What happened to Scrappy in that one?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm becoming a big fan of Scrappy just watching him fly, but something must have happened early on in that race for him.
Scrappy's a young guy. He's 18 years old, and that's a picture of his younger brother, his 11-year-old little brother who's just recently started to flying. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah, don't get it confused. I was a little concerned. I had to contact him. I was like, what's going on here? But no, he is older. But young guy, and he's definitely making a name for him as he's been in all of these tournaments, I believe, if not every one, almost every one of them. And he's done really well, gotten into the top 24, I would say, if not every time, most of the time. So that's pretty huge.
Awesome.
Race Pro FPV says my computer is that advanced running. It gets really jerky and really hard to fly. Could you help me? Yeah, Race Pro. So what you want to do is if you're having some issues with maybe the sim's not running as smooth on your machine, drop your settings down. You might need to adjust your resolution and check the VSync setting. You might need to turn that on or turn that off. Everyone's computer is a little bit different. Some computers, like it when it's on. Some don't like it when it's on. They like it off. So try and see what works best for you. If you're on a one monitor PC, turn on exclusive mode. That'll help you out a lot. Okay, Race Pro? Otherwise, hit me up offline and I'm happy to help you out. I'll be glad to troubleshoot you, my friend. All right, we're waiting for heat number 4 to start. 27 points on the board for Shames, 20 for Coronavirus, and 14 for Scrappy. However, no, that is the exact order that Halo predicted, and it's still standing right now. So,
Hey, I didn't get to watch the stick cam during that last race. Was the Slinky full throttle for whoever was on Sting? Is it always a full throttle? I mean, I'm just trying to wrap my head around that.
That's a good question. I don't know. I wasn't watching the sticks as they dropped through that section. Maybe somebody else was, and they could let us know, or we'll just catch it on the next one. But if you want to turn on the stick cam yourself, Jesse, you have the option to on the bottom right corner in that little box. So crank that bad boy.
I already have too much to look at.
There's a lot, right? There's a whole lot.
I'm just absorbing. Yeah, I mean, with all these changes in place, with everybody flying so close down to the second,
It's pretty wild.
Hard to look down at the sticks and try to make sense of that.
And I think Travis Daly, who's our race official from behind the scenes right now, there he is. There's his
Back
picture
end of
right
the
there.
world.
Yeah, the back end of the world, the backside of the world.
Oh yeah.
He's the track wizard here. He's the one who's created all of these tournament tracks, and I've only kind of given my input a little bit here and there on things I think he should change or maybe add or make easier or make harder or whatever the case may be. But in reality, he's created just such an amazing track, and he does such a good job making tracks to where it keeps the racing tight. And I think that's a huge plus, and that's what's needed in some of these racing is finding a way to make these guys staying as a close pack together,
Mm-hmm.
The backdoor bandit, risky business. Yeah, no kidding.
There they
right?
go. Check out Grooks and Shames are at it again. Coronavirus now out in front. You got me saying it.
That's okay. By all means, Grook and Green are killing it up front. Look at Shames takes a really tight turn through that split S and makes the pass. Can he hold it? We'll find out the fun dip, and he's still in the lead. Shames up in front. Scrappy right there in the mix in the number 4 spot. He takes a wider turn, slows down just a little bit, allows Free and Grook to hold on to second and third. Those two guys, though, are battling back and forth. Here's Grook's view, just behind Free as he's got some work to do. Scrappy trying to make a pass on Grook. Going for it. Oh, no. Did he get it? Looked like Scrappy made the pass. Yes, he did. Not, however, up to front, but he didn't make the pass on Grook. That means Shames, Free, and Scrappy, your 1, 2, 3 as they scream around the hurricane.
Finally starting to separate a little bit. Shames, Coronavirus, and Scrappy.
Still that order. And on the dive, yes, that's full throttle. At least Shames' view was full throttle. And he'll bring it in first with a 102.35. Scrappy, look at him. Great job. Pulls ahead into second with a 102.74. Pushing back Free to third place. That's huge. That is huge. Jay Boss says, Boss, thanks to the race manager. He's handling biz back there like no other. I'm just saying. All right, 4 heats done and 37 points on the board for Shames. Well, guess what, Shames? You've clinched your spot in the semifinals. Nobody can catch you now. Even if you got 0 points in heat number 5, he'd still have 37 points. And the most that Free can get is 35. So he's
Shames
good.
is just going to be freestyling like Fluxy at last year's tryouts. Remember Fluxy?
Yeah, exactly.
He just kind of effed off during his last heat and was doing some fancy freestyle.
Why not, right? Well, look, here's what you want to look at, guys. We know Shames is in it. We know Free is in it. Free's in the second place position, the blue drone right there. However, what we don't know so far is who's going to get third place. We got a battle here between Scrappy and Grook. 21 and 14. Grook still has a chance. If Grook can get some significant points here on the board from heat number 5, there's a good chance he can push up into third place and move on to the semifinals with Free and Shames. However, Scrappy can keep him at bay and lock that out from him. So what do you think? You think he's going to make that happen? You think Scrappy's going to hold on to third and push Grook out? I think Grook's going to push him out.
Grook's flying awesome, but Scrappy is on point right now. He's got 3 races where he pushed, every time I see them trying to make a turn, you can tell that they're reacting to the traffic. And that's what's got me so clinched over here.
Yeah. No kidding. And that traffic is hard to deal with. And the good thing about the DRL sim is that these guys don't have to worry about running into each other, but they do have to worry about those other drones flying around and buzzing in front of them, which could get quite annoying after some time. Here's Grook's view. We're just following along with him. There he is on the drop down under the bridge. Grook in the lead right now. Shames in red tries to cut him off, unable to do so. Out of the split S. Grook keeps him at bay. Out of the fun dip, there's Shames. Shames in the mix. He now jumps into the front eyesight of Grook. Grook takes it right back.
Scrappy also really came out of nowhere just now. He's still in third. So I'm kind of watching Grooks versus Scrappy right now.
All right, I'm going to get that controller back on for you guys. I know I forgot about it, but we're back in the mix. Grook still up front, fighting with Shames. Shames takes it back on the split S. Shames pulls ahead. Grook falls to second. Grook hits the lip of the fun dip and goes down to the back of the pack. That's not a good sign for him. Meanwhile, Scrappy has pulled ahead, and he's fighting now with Shames and Free in the blue drone. Free now dropping to third. Shames, though, man, this guy's got it dialed. He's staying up front and not letting go of anything. Dropping into the slinky like it's hot. Oh, no, just as I say that, Shames hits the edge, and he goes down. Scrappy takes the lead.
Oh, man.
Wow. Scrappy comes in first place, a 102.83. And secures 10 points on the board, jumping into third place overall with 31 points, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow, great job from Scrappy.
You know, if Free didn't get second that round, he might have jumped out. He might have jumped down to third. Scrappy was all over him.
You can't see me. I'm trying to show you guys my writing on my paper, but the light is too damn bright. It just said his predictions. And Halo, you were absolutely correct. Shames, Corona, and Scrappy, you're 1, 2, 3. All right, so we know now Halo is 1 for 1 for today. Can he do it again? You know, we'll have to find out if he can do that again going into the next one. But Shames, Corona, and Scrappy, you're 1, 2, 3. Moving on to the semifinals. Grook, Silent, and Dreams. My friends, you will have your last chance Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern with us. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, man. All right. So if you hit that next button, Jesse P., and you'll go back to that bracket, you can see Group 2. You should be able to spectate it.
Yep.
Believe me, you're all set. My resolution is about 244 right now. No matter, that's your FPS. I think you're talking about, right? Jesse, have you ever played DRL Sim Bad Neighbor with a Tiny Whoop? That's a track in the DRL Sim on the house map.
Oh,
for those
no, I haven't. I really want to.
Okay, here's a question for you. Question from Zebulon says, what kind of difference is there between racing whoops and 5-inch quads?
Oh man, it kind of depends on what kind of Tiny Whoop you're flying. If you're flying something that's top of the line right now, the difference is a lot smaller. But with the ducks in place, you can always feel a little bit more braking power when you let off the throttle, and a lot of Tiny Whoop pilots take advantage of that in racing. It feels like you've got more stopping power without leaning back because the ducks kind of had that effect on your airflow. So that's probably the biggest difference.
Yeah. Corrupt Dream says, time to get back to work, lol. Oh, man. Well, thanks for playing with us, my friend. But enjoy the rest of the afternoon at work.
And congrats on qualifying, man. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah. I mean, whoops and 5-inchers. I mean, there is a difference, but you can certainly get a whoop to fly close to a 5-incher, if not almost,
Well, I mean, if you go for a 65 or a 75 mil 2S Tiny Whoop, you're going to feel plenty of power to do, I can do power loops below my chin level over and over.
Yeah.
The power's there. It definitely feels different.
I think what I like the most about Tiny Whoops and flying Tiny Whoops is that they're much more convenient. They're easier to travel with. They're easier to carry around. I can sit at my desk, take a break, go for a flight around the house, and I never had to worry about, I can charge packs in a much smaller space. Everything is just so convenient with them. If you guys don't have one, please get them because they're awesome. And I'm not just plugging this shit because Jesse's here with us. I love.
Stop
I love
it.
them,
It's gonna feel weird if you keep.
I know it is, but I love them, and I want other people who have never enjoyed them and never had the. You got to do it, man. You got to do it.
I love them too. The point you're making, you don't have to set aside a whole Saturday to fly. You can set aside 60 seconds or 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, Risky Biz says, or who was? Yeah, he says, I gotta say, I've had more fun racing whoops. I mean, I'm just telling you, man. Okay, we got new predictions from Halo Walker for this group. Here's the group we're looking at for group number 2, guys. Vizzy in yellow, Imperius in blue, Rush in orange, Guile in purple, Engineer, the green drone, and Sky in red. Now Halo says Sky, Imperius, and Vizzy. That's your 1, 2, 3. Sky. Oh, my pen stopped. Okay, there it goes. Sky.
Lucky red.
And Imperius. And who did you say? Vizzy. Okay. All right. Let's see if it holds up, man. Viper. Viper, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you? He says Sky, Engineer, and Rush. All right.
Oh, nice.
Let's find out. Sky definitely first. APUSD. Is there a way to say that besides saying the letters?
Do you ever wonder if Halo is actually somehow determining the race results?
I think
just try saying a random order next time.
I think he's paying people. Either that or he has the almanac from Back to the Future that has the results for the stuff. I'm just saying. I think it's in there. Out of the carousel, and it's Sky in second place now, maybe possibly first. Let's find out. Sky in the first place position in that red drone, guys. Killing it so far.
All over the place with leaderboard changes or with leader changes.
I don't even look at that left side most of the time because
me neither.
It's
you gotta
just
look at the drones,
so every time they go through a gate, it updates that order, and as each one of them goes through a gate, it changes the order, and sometimes it's just not able to catch up because they're going so fast from gate to gate, from player to player.
Yeah.
So you just got to watch the racing unfold. And right now, the racing is unfolding for Sky, and it's doing great things for him. Vizzy in second place, the yellow drone, Imperius. He's in blue as they go through this hurricane and drop down below and under into the dogleg on the cube. What'd you see, Jesse?
He's making a move. Imperious is pulling up. Well, he's pushing hard, but it keeps changing. I
Uh-oh.
can't keep up.
It looked like Imperious has gone down in the Slinky, and that's dropped him to 4th place. That allowed Sky, Vizzy, and Engineer to make it all the way into the finish. Now Imperious in 4th. Guile, he'll be in 5th place. A 1:02.11 for Sky on that run. A very respectable time going into
For
the
your
first
first run of the, yeah, absolutely. First heat, come on.
heat. Sir Kitty McKittens. I had to get close and like really read that before.
Sir Kitty McMittens.
Sir Kitty McMittens or McMittens. I'm so sorry. Sir Kitty McMittens. Canoodle, can you shout out my teammate? She couldn't make it in time. Her name is Jenna Tools. Thanks, Jenna Tools. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. I hope you're just having a fantastic Tuesday. Thank you for trying to make it here, but at least your friend was so nice to get a nice shout out for you. So Jenna,
Miss
I'm
you,
sorry
Jenna.
you couldn't be here, but maybe Jesse can give you a little wink behind those aviators. There you go.
That was a wink.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it. Heat 1 is done, and there's 10 points on the board for Sky, 7 for Vizzy, Engineer with 5, 3 for Imperious, 1 for Guile, and 0 for Rush so far, but we've got 4 more heats to go. Anything can happen as we go into heat number 2 of quarterfinal group number 2. We'll see what happens next. Jesse wearing his iconic aviators. Soy FPV said yes.
AV haters.
And there's not a lot of people that pull them off as well as Jesse. Now, they're pretty. You do a
Thanks,
good
so.
job there. I don't know what you do, but you do a good job. Oh, what's up, Nerk? He's hanging out in the YouTube chat.
Oh, sweet.
Hey,
What's
Nerk.
up, dude?
Apparently. Oh, and Vanover's in there as well. Captain Vanover's in there. Hey, what's up? He said, "What's up, Tony? What's up, Jesse? How are you?"
What's up? Alex, how you doing?
Apparently, they're both flying airplanes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
touched base with him the other day. Alex showed me a video of him building a gigantic airplane. It looked like a blast.
he almost crashed a gigantic airplane but right before he came on the show, when he was a guest on the show a little bit
nice.
back there. He said he had some engine failure and everything. He was like huffing and puffing when he finally got to the computer. I was like, what is going on? Please
I'm
don't.
into planes too. I just built myself another gigantic flight test plane. I built the Edge 540. It took me like 3 hours and it was so fun. Haven't even made it yet.
How big is that?
It's like a meter. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Pretty big. It was a difficult build. Here we go though.
And for those of us in the NA continent, how big is a meter? We're talking about like 3 feet,
three-ish
right?
feet.
3-ish
feet-ish.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. All right, off the blocks and through the first couple gates, it's Sky up in front, Vizzy in the yellow drone. He's right there hot on his tail. Matter of fact, he might even be neck and neck with him. And now he starts to fall back just a tiny bit. Imperious in blue goes for the pass, but slows down ever so slightly, cuts the inside turn through the Hurricane, and makes the pass in front of Vizzy. Vizzy takes it right back. Those two neck and neck. Sky still up there as well. In the red drone in the lead on the ascent. And into the split S, Sky still in the lead. Vizzy right there with him, Imperious in blue. Those three aren't changing. Not at all.
Second and third are back and forth. Vizzy and Imperious on my screen. Just look at Imperious trying to take those turns a little tighter.
And unfortunately, he's dropped down. Vizzy was able to pull away and gain some distance. Here they are on the ascent and set up for the Slinky next. The dive down. Imperious screams for it, but not able to make a pass. Ducks in a row on the way to the finish. Sky, Vizzy, and Imperious, your 1, 2, 3.
So we're really close to the Halo prediction right now, but second and third are a little reversed.
Just a little bit, yeah. Just a little bit.
Just not all the way, but a little.
Yeah. Sky, Vizzy, Imperious, Engineer, and Rush, your 4th and 5th. And then Guile, unfortunately, in 6th place. 2 heats down, 20 on the board for Sky, 14, 8, and 8 for Imperious and Engineer. Now, we've got a tie for points for Imperious and Engineer. However, Imperious takes 3rd place because of his overall time of a 2:08.66, which is slightly faster than Engineer's overall time of a 2:09.01. So tiebreakers are broke with the overall faster time. So just so you guys know. Halo Walker says he's starting up Warzone for the first time. That's a good game, man. That's a good game. You guys haven't
everybody's
played it.
playing that.
Have you played it yet,
Grinders
Jess?
playing it. No, I'm a big fan of Choco Taco, who streams it all the time. So I've gotten to know it, but I haven't actually played it myself. But
it's a fun
Kevin
one.
Stinger Swarm's playing it every day. Bot Grinders playing it every day. I keep hearing about it.
I'm a big fan of Plunder, which is one of the game modes in there. It's a lot of fun. It's not a battle royale per se, so it's a little bit different. Okay. But it's all about getting cash and dropping it like it's hot. And the first team to get to 1 million is the winner. So it's
what
a
does
lot of
dropping
fun.
it like it's hot mean?
Well, you got to get rid of the cash. You can't hold on to it, because if you hold on to the cash and people take you out, then you lose your cash to them. So what you need to do is deposit your cash in these cash balloons that send it off to the sky, or you got to call on a helicopter to come pick it up from you. And
So
when
you just got to camp the balloons.
Well,
That's the winning strategy.
you can buy the balloons, and then you drop the cash in the balloons take off. But when you go to drop it into the helicopters, well, it alerts other people. So, they know that you're dropping cash. They're going to come kill you. It's fun, man. You just got to give it a try. All right,
and then I'm gonna hit you up. Go for it.
do that. Yes, we should do that, and we should stream it. I think it would be a lot of fun.
Sweet.
I'm all about that. Waiting for heat number 3 to start in quarterfinal group number 2. Be just a moment till we kick it off. My prediction's looking fine again, Halo Walker says. So far, so good. Sky, Imperious, and Vizzy. That was Halo's predictions for this quarterfinal group.
Yeah, I'm really interested in the 3rd and 4th place bracket. I mean, these pilots are right together in every single race. Engineer and was it Imperious, right?
Yeah. Well, Vizzy and Imperious were right next to each other. We'll see what happens as we go into this next one. Off the blocks through the first gate. It looks like it might have been Rush who was first there getting the whole shot as he comes out of that carousel on the drop down. This is Sky's view from just behind him as he pulls ahead, though, in the lead. Sky in red up front.
Ooh.
And it looked like Vizzy was right there with him in the yellow drone. We should see it on the camera change. There it is. Imperious in blue going for the strike. Tries to take first place. Sky keeps him at bay, holds him off. Takes the inside turn. Sky continues in his lead. Imperious in second place as they set up for the dogleg. Underneath the bridge, the swing around. Sky still up front. Imperious in second. Vizzy in the yellow drone. He's in third currently on the split S. Out of the fun dip and setting up for the Hurricane next. That's this section of the course. Meanwhile, there's a battle for second. Not anymore. Vizzy's pulled away from Imperious. Imperious falls back. Imperious tries to take the tight turn. He makes the pass as Vizzy swings wide through the Hurricane. At the end of lap 2, up top in the drop down below, Sky's got it in the books as he makes his final left turn. Into the finish, Sky in first, Imperious in second, and Vizzy in third. Same
Just
order.
like Halo said.
Yeah, it hasn't changed, man. This guy's a wizard, I'm telling you. You're a wizard, Harry.
Well, he's still got the total, the where we're at on the leaderboard now. We've still got second and third. So he's predicting Imperious to make a big move in these next 2 races against Vizzy.
We'll see what happens. It's got to happen if he wants to get his prediction right. So far, he's at 15 points. That's Imperious in the blue drone, 19 for Vizzy. So he's just a few points shy of him. Meanwhile, Sky is just setting him up and knocking him down. Perfect scores so far across the top of the boards, 30 for him as we go to heat number 4. Yes, your predictions are looking good. Sometimes I think I should try to be a real competitor, but it's much more fun to commentate, LOL, as G-Fly says. It is a lot of fun doing this career, I'll tell you that. It really is.
Well, you also have the best seat in the house because your brain is trained to understand exactly what's happening all the time. So you're the best spectator out there as well. That's
I'm trying. Sometimes it's harder, especially when these people's names throw me off. So you never know. And then sometimes I just royally screw it up, but you got to just be willing to accept that, That just kind of goes with, the whole grand scheme of things. Off the block and through gate number 1, and it looked like it might have been Vizzy who got that whole shot.
Yeah, I think with Rush FPV right behind him.
Yeah, right there in the mix. Meanwhile, it's Sky up front, the red drone. Vizzy swings high and wide. That slows him down. Cuts him off on the split S, though. Setting up for the fun. No, we already passed that section, didn't we? Yeah, I think we did.
We did.
Yeah, we did. I'm on the wrong one.
We're in the carousel.
There's almost like there's 2 fun dips.
Out
of the Hurricane.
Carousel, but Sky still got it.
No, the carousel's in the beginning. That's the Hurricane.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get it straight. It's the Hurricane.
You get them mixed up every once in a while. I'll do the same thing. Meanwhile, Sky in the lead in the red drone, Imperious in blue, but it looks like Engineer in third place as he now strikes for second. Yes, he is. Engineer in second place. Imperious drops to third, and he was fighting it off with Rush. That's correct so far. Sky in the lead, Engineer, Imperious, and Rush. Let's go over to Rush's view as he swings out and up into the slinky as he has passed Vizzy on the drop down and out of the slinky. Imperious and Engineer just in front of him. End of the finish, 102.04 for Sky. Another 10-pointer on the board, but it's Engineer in green kicking off the second place position and screwing over Imperious and Vizzy, who were originally in those 2 spots, but he's throwing a wrench in the
we're
mix.
tied for second. I love that. Going into Heat 5, this is what you want.
40 points for Sky, and the battle for second, third, and even fourth still up for grabs as we go into heat number 5. Anything could change here between those 3 guys. Looks like Rush and Guile, unfortunately, are done for. But Sky has clinched his spot in the semifinals. It's just up to the order after that, which will be the next 2 guys to get into the top 3, move on to the semifinals. What do you think, Jess?
I don't know. I mean, Vizzy's been crushed. I'm looking at Vizzy, Imperius, and Engineer. Engineer's made a comeback in the few races.
Yeah.
He's pushed really hard and been at the front of the pack for a good amount of the last race and the race before. But Halo's predicting Imperius is going to make his move on Vizzy right now, and he's also counting on Engineer not making it up there either. So that's what I'm thinking about.
Well, I think there's a good possibility of that. Unforced errors are a huge thing in drone racing, and a lot of guys make some mistakes, and then that allows whoever's behind them to simply make that pass without the efforts on it. And it just helps them out so much more. And sometimes that's almost a good strategy is to hold off, from trying to press too hard and trying to be aggressive, wait for the right opportunities to make those passes and allow those guys to make their unforced errors and make those mistakes and drop out. And you just move on right on by. Play the cleanup game, no shame in that, at least not in my eyes.
Yeah, Some people play the cleanup game. Some people are really affected by seeing someone in front of them. I'm kind of the second group.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I don't like having someone buzzing around in front. It's like I've said it before, it's like a fly buzzing around in front of me, and eventually you have to swat at it. And in terms of drone racing, that means you're trying to go for that pass. And sometimes you can push too hard and fall out, but you never know. Meanwhile, heat number 5, Sky doing a fantastic job up front all alone as he continues to build distance between him and the rest of the pack. This is Guile's view from 3rd place. What the hell is going on? Engineer, Vizzy, and Imperius, your bottom 3 so far.
Wow.
Things are changing, though, as they come out and into the Hurricane next. Still looking at Guile's transitions here, as he's just behind Rush, so it seems.
What is going on?
I don't know. Things are not normal as it usually was, but that's okay. Threw a little mix-up in there. Meanwhile, Rush is in 2nd place as he drops through that huge tower. Sky already into the finish. Rush in 2nd place. Engineer looks like he'll come in 3rd. Uh-oh. And then Vizzy in front of Imperius. Oh, no. I think that ruined Halo Walker's.
It did.
It totally did. Well, he is human after all, ladies and gentlemen. We now know that.
He's not determining the results. That we can conclude.
Yes, that's safe to say. 50 points on the board for Sky. A perfect run for him in his quarterfinal group. Vizzy, he'll get 2nd place in Engineer in 3rd. Now, look at their points. They are tied for 23 points each. However, Vizzy has a faster overall time of 5:18.50 versus Engineer's 5:23.37. So, your 1, 2, 3, that's Sky, Vizzy, and Engineer moving on to the semifinals. Imperius, Rush, and Guile will have to try again on Thursday. Let's see what
Perfect
happens.
run for Sky. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no kidding. Look at those numbers, man. And consistently, look at his times. 102.11, 102.13, 101.88, 102.04. I mean, he's all within essentially a half a second of himself.
Yeah. Unbelievable consistency. And that's kind of what I was talking about when it comes to traffic affecting you, especially in the sim. It's a psychological game, and Gab always says on your show you have to play your own, you have to race your own race, sort of ride your limit independent of what other people are doing until it's time.
Exactly. Yeah, no joke. All right, well, we'll get ready for the next group. Don't forget, guys, tweet at Drone Race League using the hashtag DRLSimLive. You can see it right there on the bottom of the screen. That'll get you entered in the drawing to win $100. 3 of you guys will win $100. Jesse, did you put in your drawings? Tweets yet? Get $100 for us? I'll split it with you.
I can't win $100 on your show, dude. That doesn't.
Yeah. Don't use your real name. Just don't use your real name.
Why don't you just slip me some bills on the side and call it good?
I wish I had the stack of cash sitting over here. I'll tell you that. We're waiting for these guys to get back into their hot seats, into the cockpit for the next group. Meanwhile, if you guys have any questions for us, throw them out there.
I got a question for Halo. What's going on, man? What do you see here? What's your prediction, my friend?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well.
Because I know some of these pilots, but not all of them. But maybe the same is for Halo.
I mean, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta do a quick restart real quick.
Halo, do you just know everybody? Do you just know everybody and how they fly? That's what's going on.
Are you asking Halo?
Yeah, I'm talking straight to you, Mr. Halo. Do you know every single pilot? Are you just that in touch that you know all their flying styles and how they're
what is his secret, right?
He's saying yes, Jesse. Yeah, my man.
Yes. I think
The
that's what he
answer
said.
is
He said yes. Just like that, right?
He said, yeah, my man. So I kind of put a little more attitude in it. there,
Oh,
but
okay.
Let's
Got it.
give him the tude.
Got it. All right. I'm getting back in there, guys. Sorry, just had to do a quick little refresh. And I'm almost there. Hang tight. All right, group 2. There we go. Into group number 3. All right, here are... Oh, it didn't update for me, Trav.
3 different people in the chat shouting out to Rab, one of the pilots that I know personally in this heat. Rab, like I said before, probably the fastest tiny whip pilot on planet Earth. His movements are robotic and mechanical, the kind of thing you see. You know, I've also gotten to watch Min Chan fly, and it feels like that. It feels like you try to, as a pilot, you know, you put yourself in their shoes and try to imagine how it feels to be able to react like that. And you know, I could say that about every pilot in this tournament. The last 2 rounds that we saw were outstanding. But I love that feeling. It's one, you know, it's the reason the best spectators are also pilots, because they put themselves in the shoes and wonder how on earth their brain is doing that calculus. And that's how I feel watching Rab fly.
All right, we're just waiting for the start of this next race. We were trying to get something taken care of, but it looks like we had to hold off on that. But setting up for this next heat, here's your pilots or players for this group. Cloud in that green drone. You got Sand, we're going to call him that, in the yellow drone. Tribal in orange. Zut in purple. Rab FPV in the red drone. And Captain Crazy in blue. I don't know who
laughing
that is.
at, man.
I'm
You
laughing at
a joke you can't repeat.
Yeah, I'll fill you in on that one later.
Okay, I only got one chat. I only got Twitch chat open.
Who? Devil's Reject. Shout out to your mom. If it wasn't for her, what are you talking about, man?
He's talking about Rab.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Rab's mom is hugely supportive, and he's got a huge basement course that he flies all the time.
I thought he was trying to make a, you know.
Maybe he was shouting out to my mom. I mean, no, it's obviously Rab.
Maybe. I don't know. All right.
It's obviously Rab.
All right. We're getting ready for first heat of this group. Rab's basement. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'm with you. Yeah, everyone's smart, right? Who cares? All right. I'll turn on that controller overlay for you guys. Here's heat number 1 as they get off the blocks and through the first couple gates, waiting for them to thin out. But the pack is staying super tight as they drop into the next section. Look at that. All
Neck
6
and
of them.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, everyone's together. Looks like Captain Crazy, though, in the blue drone, pulled away from the pack. Might have the lead. Does he or not? Yes, he does. Captain Crazy in the blue drone. Rab in red, though, makes a quick catch-up. Tries to take the... Oh, beautiful pass from him. Captain Crazy goes a little wide out of the Hurricane section, drops back, and he takes over again. Captain Crazy in the lead. Rab FPV hot on the end of Captain Crazy's tail, dropping into the fun dip. Captain Crazy still got the lead. Setting up for the Hurricane next. Cap in the lead, still there. No changes so far. Rab right there with him. There's 3rd and 4th. You got Sand and Zut. Your yellow and purple drones. They swing around the backside into the dog leg. This is Captain Crazy's
Rab pulling
view.
away now. Look at this. First
Rab's
place.
made that pass. How did he make that pass?
It was a tight turn.
Final turn, and Rab's got it in the books. 102.44. Captain Crazy in 2nd place. You got Sand at number 3. Zut in 4th place. Cloud FPV. Look like 5th on that one. 1 pointer on the board. 10 points on the board for Rab. 102.44. We've got 4 heats to go. I'm ready to go if you are.
First, I thought you were talking to me, and I'm like, yes, I'm ready to go. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking
to the back end of the rear end of the world. What did you call it?
The man on the backside of the world. Mr. Travis Taylor.
Don't mind me. I'm just pushing buttons back here.
I know. You're just a mad scientist over there pushing away, right?
That first heat was good, but I did just reset the lobby, so if you guys could rejoin it, it'd be great.
You got it.
Oops.
All right. We're back in there. Wait for the next heat to start, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, if you guys have questions for Mr. Jesse P, well, then send them out there. You guys can use the hashtag DRLSimLive. Tweet at us at Drone Race League. That'll do 2 things for you guys. You'll get entered into the drawing to win $100, and you'll get a question answered from Jesse P. So win-win here.
Win-win.
All right. Drones on the podium. Well, as I say that, there's no drone on that podium. Waiting for Rab to load in. There's Zut in the purple drone. Devil's Reject. I feel you, my man. I feel you. If anybody understands what you're going through, it's definitely me, man. I'm with you, brother. Stay strong. You'll be all right.
Whole shot was tribal on that one.
I'm watching through the eyes of Tribal as he drops down underneath and watches the rest of these guys make the pass in front of him. He's got quite the rainbow in front of him of drones. Tribal with a little wide circle there. Sets up for the Hurricane next. We're switching over to the outside view. That's Captain Crazy in the lead. The blue drone, Rab, in second in red. You got Sand in yellow. Into the dog leg. Going for lap number 2 in just a quick second. There it is. Rab still in second place. The red drone. Captain Crazy still in the lead. Looking smooth up there as well. Captain Crazy doing a great job. The dive down. Setting up for the Hurricane. There's one turnaround. 2 turns arounds. And then that drop down below. What happened?
It just looks so tight in the turn. So far, every pass I see is taking place in the turn, so I'm always watching for it to happen there.
Here they are on that dive, and the final right turn for Captain Crazy in the lead. He gets it, 101.82. Rab in second place. And it looks like Cloud ended up moving into third place. That still on the track out there in the number 6 spot. Tribal 4th.
So when you see this kind of thing happen, I mean, Rab's 2 times really consistent. Captain Crazy less consistent, but he just pulled ahead and tied it. What tends to win out for you, Tony? Is it the consistency or the, a time that bounces around but can be faster, might be a few seconds behind? Because that's the line you're always riding as a pilot, right?
Yeah. No, I got to go with the consistency aspects. It usually pays off more than the erratics ups and downs, right? So when you got someone who's going off of a win and then maybe not so well and then coming back up, that's hard, I think, to deal with mentally. So what happens when you got guys who are showing consistent numbers, or even if they're just consistently getting better each run? So far, Captain Crazy, 7 points in heat number 1, a 103. A big improvement for heat number 2. That's going to be a nice confidence booster as he goes into heat number 3 for him. So he's going to have that advantage. Rab, on the other hand, even though he's so far overall faster by about a second, and that's why he's sitting in the number 1 spot, they have the same amount of points. But Rab did a 10-pointer in heat number 1, got first place, and now has a 7-pointer in heat 2, but his time did improve. What happened here was Captain Crazy drastically improved his time by a couple seconds going into heat number 2, so that put him up front. He was looking really smooth up there in the front of the pack. I think Captain Crazy is going to continue that momentum going into heat number 3.
Awesome.
We'll see what happens. I'm ready if you are. We'll wait for
I
Race
am.
Officials
Yeah,
to
I'm
start
always
that
ready.
one.
What are you talking about?
I know.
I know you're not talking about it.
Comment from Devil's Reject on Twitter says, all those crashes on the Slinky is good, makes the races feel more human. That's a good point, Devil's Reject. That's a really good point. These guys do make mistakes. Even, the pros make mistakes. I'm telling you guys, everyone thinks that they just never have crashes. If you haven't seen the DRL crash reels, the crash videos on YouTube, go check them out. They're a lot of fun to watch all the crazy epic crashes that these guys do, because crashing is just a real thing. It's part of drone racing, whether you're the best person in the world or not. Crashes happen. Looks like we lost a player.
We lost one,
in this group.
5 pilots. And it was Captain.
It was Captain, yeah. It's not good for him. We'll restart that run. Crashes are always fun to watch, Banu Fong says. I agree. They're a lot of fun. You blink, you lose. No joke. That's the rules to see a takeover. Yeah, no joke. Oh, no. Operator FPV says, damn, coworkers just showing up. I got to go back to work. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Life happens.
Thorondor says, I love the aviators, but the wired headset bothers me. Why does the wire... This is what the pros... We use wired headsets, man.
I'm usually rocking my wireless, but for this one, I've got this permanently set up. These are just a little nicer.
He just really wanted to hear the bass in my voice. That's what it was. You need those nice ones for that, right? Is that what it is, Jesse P?
I mean, yeah, I got. Oh yeah, I want to hear the bass in your voice. Absolutely.
Now, in the past, Jesse, we've had our guests do their own take at commentating a race, and some of them have done some amazing accents and some fun ones out there.
I was just down at Whooptopia in Arizona, and I was asked to do an accent during my commentary a couple times, and I respectfully declined.
Oh no!
I mean, I think it's funny as hell, but I just, I've got a brand sitting behind me. I'm trying not to offend anybody.
Oh, I know. I totally feel you. Now, if you could impersonate somebody, who can you? Not everyone can do good impersonations. I don't think I can do very good ones. Can you do any good impersonations?
No, not any appropriate ones.
I think a Jet is up in the Discord channel up there. I see him up there in one of the voice lobbies, and I feel like I can do a decent Jordan Temkin voice. He just has that really deep voice when you talk to him.
But it's got. I love the laugh. He's got the laugh. You nailed the laugh. But he's got a little bit more body in his voice. If you could give it a touch more body, please.
Ooh.
It's deep. You're right.
A touch more
but
body. Okay, I'll leave that one alone.
All right.
No, I'm just joking. We're still waiting for somebody else to get in this mix.
There he is. Captain's back.
But meanwhile, who is this 427 FPV in the spectate there, Trav? That's not you, is it?
Hey, we got a new spectator joining us. What's up?
Who's Larry the Cucumber? Oh, you're talking about Jesse. Okay. He says that maybe you can do a Larry the Cucumber voice. I don't know who the hell that is.
Is that a VeggieTales reference?
Oh
my gosh. That's like 20 or years old. No, I don't think I could do if that's really what it is, and I'm not confident it is. I don't think I could do I don't think I'm going to be able to pull up an impression for the audience this time around if that doesn't hurt me too much. I mean,
oh, it's Pickle Rick's baby brother.
Oh, what? Since when does Pickle Rick have a baby brother?
I don't know.
I need to get educated.
What kind of camera tilts are these guys flying with? Nick asks in the YouTube chat. Yeah, we got the answer for you right there. About 45 on average is kind of like the norm for a lot of these guys. Every once in a while, you get somebody here who's got a crazy high angle, and someone maybe a little bit lower too. So you never know, man. You never know.
Who's the highest angle on the team on DRL?
They all fly fixed. Their camera angles are fixed. This past season was the first year trying that, so they did not have the options to kind of, put their own camera angles on the spin of things, and I think it worked out well. I think they're all sitting about a 45-ish, 40-45, and it's stuck at that angle, so they can't change that up at all. Meanwhile, the action is unfolding as we go into this heat here. Cloud FPV up front in the green drone now gets past Captain Crazy in blue. He's up there. You got Sand in the yellow drone dropping to second place. Rab trying to make his mark. Goes for the pass here on the Hurricane. Can he do it? We'll find out. Cuts the inside higher turn and makes the pass for second place. Rab with a great job there. Captain Crazy in first. Uh-oh. It might have changed. It did. Rab falls back to third. You got Sand in the yellow drone. Well, he's up there in second place. Rab fighting it off with him. Let's switch it over to second. Rab now pulls ahead and seals the deal for second place. He's now going for Captain Crazy. Tries to take the pass on him on the inside. Captain Crazy keeps him at bay. In the dogleg. Crazy in the lead. Rab in second place. Up top the ascent. The dive back down into the slinky. Captain Crazy in the lead. Rab in second place. The drop. Rab can't get him. Captain Crazy keeping him at bay. All the way into the finish, mind you.
Beautiful.
Captain Crazy, a
awesome
102.16. Rab, man, what a great job from him to push ahead and try to get in there, but Captain Crazy did a fantastic job keeping him at bay. That was nuts.
Yeah. Once again, Rab has a really consistent time. He's still right around that exact same, few tenths of a second. But it's not enough so far.
Thorondor says, I don't like Sand. He's coarse, gritty, and he gets everywhere. I agree. Damn Sand. Question from Banu on Twitter says, do you think drone racing would be a part of the Olympics? Would be cool to race around the stadiums and through the logo, the Olympic logo. Oh, that would be insane, right?
That's so good. I can't believe I didn't think of that. They tried really hard last year, or maybe it was the year before, to put it in the Olympics when it was in Korea, and it didn't quite work out.
I think there's a good possibility in the future. What do you think?
I'm sure of it. I mean, if you ask me about the sport of drone racing in the future of human culture, it's strong. I mean, it's growing hard right now. I think it'll be in the Olympics.
I'm with you on that one. I'd love to see it happen. Meanwhile, 6 up in the air as they go through the carousel, up and down. The turnaround. Captain Crazy, that's him in the blue drone right in front of us. But it's Zut in purple who has the lead. Not anymore. That split S just changed the game. Everyone in the back went to the front. The front went to the back. Meanwhile, it's Captain Crazy in blue. Now Rab makes the pass for first place into the Hurricane. Rab with a higher, tighter angle, but stays behind at second place. Captain Crazy still in the lead through the dog leg, and out. There's Rab as he pops in front of him.
Oh my gosh. These
In the
guys
mix.
are tight. They're back and forth every single turn.
Whoa, beautiful pass from Rab as he screams ahead of Captain Crazy through that split S. Captain Crazy tries to take it back. He's in striking distance, ladies and gentlemen, into the Hurricane. Captain Crazy on the inside line, goes for it. Rab gets a burst of speed. Not going to happen. Captain goes down. Quick recovery for him. Holds on to second place. Meanwhile, Rab pushes ahead and seals the deal for first. As it stands right now, the drop to the Slinky in the final turn. Rab, 102.41 for first. Captain Crazy in second. And
If I'm
Zut.
not mistaken, that's going to tie it up again.
Well, we'll see what happens. I wasn't paying attention to the scores in that last transition between the heats, and we got two started a little quicker than I could. Who's got the name here that I can't read? Plain Paul, what's going on, man? How are you? Do they get to practice the course before the race? Yes. So this track was released on last Thursday night, after last Thursday night's stream. So they've had it from then until now, essentially, to practice all they wanted. So, and with everybody out on quarantine, so we're all hanging out and grinding the sim. So by all means, guys, if you're on quarantine just like the rest of us, well, join us in the sim.
Sim it up.
Yeah,
sim it up. It's the thing to do, man.
It really is. Meanwhile, Jesse, 4 heats done and 1 to go, and we got a tie for first place with points. However, Rab's in the lead overall because he's got about a little under 2 second faster overall time. Captain Crazy in second and player 15 in yellow. Player 15, that's You Got Sand. We changed his name because his name was inappropriate. Captain,
So there must have been, pardon.
no, go ahead.
I was going to ask, there must be times when when somebody in a lower place has a faster time. Have you ever seen that?
Somebody in a lower place has a faster time. Yes, that
Overall.
could, if they're not tied. Yes, absolutely. That could happen.
Interesting.
It can. But what's going to happen here going into heat number 5? It's up in the air who's going to get first. It's up in the air who's going to get second. And it's certainly up in the air who's going to get third place. These guys are not that far off. You know, Zut is not too far off to where Zut can get a first place and get a 10-pointer on the board. Player 15 doesn't do so well. Well, guess what? Those two can swap. Who knows? Anything can happen here with the top 3 guys. Remember, top 3 move on to the semifinals. Bottom 3 have to try again in our next tournament. You know what? I didn't catch Halo's predictions for this one, though.
I
you?
did. They were, no, I didn't catch them.
What were they? Halo says, if Captain
Somebody
pulls it
scroll
together, my predictions will be the way I want them. We'll find out. I need a recap as to what his predictions were.
If I'm not mistaken, Rab wasn't on the podium in his predictions.
Oh, let's find out what it is. Halo Walker, give us those predictions one last time. Here we are in the final heat of this group. Captain Crazy, the blue drone, not quite in first yet, but look at Cloud and that green drone. Screams up front and then gets past through that split. That split S seems to be really a differentiator. Whoever's up front seems to drop back. It's Captain Crazy and the blue drone pushes ahead to the lead. Meanwhile, there's a 4-way battle behind for second place. This is insane. Captain Crazy looking solid. I got to switch off of him, though. This is Zut's view from Purple. We talked about him earlier. If he can get a 10-pointer on the board, things could really change for the top 3. Into the split S, Zut swings wide. Go ahead, Jess. I'm sorry.
Check out Sandusky. No, I was just going to say check out Sandusky and Rab are really going at it right now.
How did
Rab's starting
Sands-
to push up on Captain now.
His name changed back from player 15. I don't know what happened. Meanwhile, Captain Crazy in the lead, Rab in second. And you got Sand. Well, he's in the 3rd place position so far. A little wobble as he hits the edge. Cloud going for a pass on the dive down. And Sand keeping him at bay. The final turn is here. Rab, Captain Crazy, and what a change right there at the last second.
Oh,
You got Sand mixing it up. And there
Spec
he is.
racing is the best.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 44 points on the board for Rab. Captain Crazy with 41. And 19 for player 15. Halo Walker, look at what a genuine person. As soon as the race is over, he comments in the chat, says, Canoodle, I was wrong. I commend you, my friend.
Oh,
He was
my
wrong.
mistake. I should say I was wrong too, Halo. I called out. I didn't think you had Rab in your predictions, and I was off on that.
Oh, he
You're gonna-
did. Well, what do we know after 5 heats of this quarterfinal group? Rab, Captain Crazy, and player 15 moving on to the semifinals. Cloud, FPV, Zut, and Tribal. They'll have to try again on our next tournament.
And it's like you said, the consistency paid off for Rab. All of his times are 102 and change, really close change, as a matter of fact.
Here's that. What he's talking
and
about.
it
Here
did
they
pay
are.
off.
Show them to you one more time. You were talking about
Rab
Rab.
FPV's times there at the top in red. Lucky Jet Red has won every round so far, by the way.
Well, little
Rab-
tidbit of factoid: the highest the highest seated person automatically gets put on the red drone. So it's no coincidence that typically we see the red
That's
drone
probably
do
why
slightly
Jordan
better.
won twice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just the way it gets sorted out. But man, things could change. You never know. All right, we're going to quarterfinal group number 4. We're well underway here. Looking for SK Dare, G-Man Thumbs, Robot, Flying Ryan, and Shrimpy Boy in group number 4. As these guys load in to the hot seats, your colors and names once again. Thumbs in the yellow drone, SK Dare, he'll be flying red. Now, SK Dare was a PlayStation 4 controller for quite some time, and just recently, an amazing viewer decided to send him a QX7 radio, and he's done tremendously better with that radio, so great job. Hats off to him. And he's rocking the red drone. Shrimpy Boy in orange. Robot in the green drone. G-Man flying blue. Flying Ryan will be flying purple. We'll see what happens in heat number 1 of quarterfinal group number 4. Jesse, predictions from you. Matter of fact, predictions from anybody. I'd like to see them.
Yeah, I kind of want to look to Halo. There's some pilots here I don't know, but I want to just ask the chat if anyone knows who gave SK that transmitter. I'd love to shout him out myself. That's an awesome move. You know, that kind of support, especially from a random online, goes so far, especially in these days.
If
That's
I'm
so awesome.
not mistaken, I think it was Zach Anderson, if I'm correct there. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Zach Anderson scoring a set of aviators, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. All right, group number 4, heat number 1, off the blocks. Let's turn on that controller overlay for you guys. I know you love it. There it is.
We're one pilot down.
Oh, thank you for that update, Mr. Daly. We'll have to get a reset there, I assume. We'll jump off of there. Jesse, how do you set up all those gates in the HQ? Is there a single switch that turns them on and off from Thorndor?
Actually, I have them all on my phone right here. If you watch behind me.
Out of here.
Let's see how fast I can do this. Boom. Wait for it, everybody. I swear, it works.
There it is.
There it is.
Wow. You control
And I
all
turn
that
it
from your
back
phone.
on.
That's technology right there, folks. Who knows?
Yeah, I got
Who
the
knew?
smart plugs. Now I'm going to try to turn it back on. You can see the system struggles.
Well, you know, it's got to go through the internet, right? Because it's on your phone.
Yep.
So, you know, there's a little
But yeah,
bit
you
of
know,
a-
once in a while, if we turn on the coffee machine around here while the lights are on, we'll trip a breaker. So we had to move the coffee machine out. But we're riding a fine line right now.
Here's an odd question for you, Jesse. How do I make my Tiny Hawk fly as well as the Tiny Whoops that I see in the crazy videos online, or even as good as I can fly in the DRL sim? PIDs, rates, or just become better? Question mark.
As good as the what?
He said, or even as good as I can fly in the DRL sim. So he wants to know how he can get his Tiny Hawk to fly like the whoops that he sees in these crazy videos online, or even maybe as good as he sees it in the sim, or as good as he flies in the sim.
Tiny Hawk is an awesome vehicle, but it has limitations, just like Tiny Whoop, just like anything else. You know, I would think the biggest difference probably would be power. It's also kind of a stretched X instead of a true X frame, which to me makes a big difference, especially when you're rolling in the turns. Can you tell me about the Racer 4? Is the Racer 4 a true X frame?
That's a really good question, and no, I don't believe that it is. I'm pretty positive it is not.
It's close.
It's almost
It's
a
a lot
unique
closer
design
than the
in
Tiny
itself.
Hawk.
Jets, there you go. Jets confirmed for us. It is not.
Yep. But it's a lot closer than the Tiny Hawk, for example. The Tiny Hawk's almost a speeder bike for setup, you know?
Yeah. Brian Gibson says, tell that dude to check out Project Mockingbird. All right. Who was that?
Absolutely.
Kyle.
That's the answer.
Kyle on Twitter. Check out Project Mockingbird. Do a little Google search in there.
That's the way to get the most out of your Tiny Hawk for sure.
Yeah. Can you jump into that spectate booth for us, sir?
Yes, sir.
I didn't see that. Okay, I got that. Rab is a beat. Yeah.
Beast indeed.
No, Jets. So Jets selling us that it's squashed a bit. Not True X. So there you go.
Squashed front or sides, Jordan?
I want to say front because it has that front section.
I want to say front for the camera, yeah.
Yeah. Adam Hassan or Hassan, how are you? What's up, guys? How are you, sis? From Hondo on Twitter, I won $100 last week. I fly a 5-inch now, but have been wanting a Tiny Whip. What should I get, Jesse? I'll tell you to hold on to that question until after this race. Meanwhile, here we go. Up in the air. And through the gates here, looks like G-Man in the blue drone now fighting with Robot in green as these guys go back and forth on the drop down and set up for the Hurricane. G-Man starts to pull away from the pack. The fight for second is fierce between SK Dare and Thumbs, the red and yellow drones. As they drop down, SK Dare makes the pass in front of Thumbs for second place. Will he get it back? I don't know. We'll find out. SK Dare makes the pass for first, takes over. G-Man falls to second, and SK Dare starts to pull away and gain some ground. The dive into the gate sets up for the Hurricane next. SK Dare in the lead, continuing to build the distance between him and G-Man in blue. Meanwhile, Thumbs in yellow's falling back just a little bit.
Ooh,
out of the dog leg. Up top, and the drop down. SK Dare's got this in the lead. G-Man just behind them, and the two of them have pulled away from the back four. And SK Dare seals the deal for first with a 103.13. G-Man in second. Thumbs in third place. Robot in fourth. Shrimpy Boy still flying around. Banu Fong says, I feel like SK Dare will get it today. Ooh, he deserves it, he says. Oh, I don't know, we'll find out, huh? 10 points on the board for SK Dare so far. I'd like to know if Jesse has tested or reviewed the new UZ65 whoop. FPS.
I have not. I'm really excited to do that. This is a new version, you know, of a Tiny Whip style aircraft that has the exact same frame size, but slightly larger props and a smaller flight controller. It's really interesting, but no, I haven't gotten my hands on one yet.
Ooh, find out. DTS Money says, is SK Dare using the QX7 or sticking with the PS4 controller? He's using the QX7 now. Yeah. Astronaut Bosch, or no, is that Bosch? I think it's Bosch. Says, let's go Thumbs. Find out what happens. Heat number 2 is coming up in just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse, on your website, is there going to be more full kits soon?
Absolutely, yeah. We're still just waiting on some stock from the Far East. And we're trying to be sympathetic. You know, we're excited too, but we just have to kind of chill.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially with everything going on, you know.
Yep.
We've got a prediction from Halo Walker in the
All
chat.
right.
Let's get that scene up for you guys. There you go. And off the blocks through the first gate. Ooh, I don't know. G-Man was up there, but it might have been Robot who got the whole shot. Meanwhile, Halo Walker's predictions are SK Dare, G-Man, and Thumbs. Okay, SK, G-Man, Thumbs. Let's see if that holds up. We'll find out as they race around this course, diving in like crazy SOBs. SK Dare in the lead, the red drone. G-Man just behind, and Thumbs, well, Thumbs is in yellow. These guys are 1, 2, 3 on the drop, and it's setting up for the cube. The dog legs there. The order has not changed. SK Dare, G-Man, and Thumbs. Guess what? That was the order Halo Walker gave. So we'll see if they hold on to that. The setup for the Hurricane, it hasn't changed. Thumbs tries to make a pass. He tucks the angle the wrong direction and slows down ever so slightly. The order still the same way. SK Dare, G-Man, and Thumbs, your 1, 2, 3 setup for the dog leg. And outside at the end of lap number 2, the ascent and the dive through the slinky. Red, blue, and yellow. Big mistake from G-Man. And a mistake from SK Dare.
Oh my
the
gosh,
slinky has eaten them up. Thumbs takes first place with a 103.36. G-Man in second, and SK Dare in third. What an upset. Oh. Wow.
Not called it.
Devil's Reject. He was counting on that slinky to eat people up alive, and it's doing it. It is doing it. Robot having some trouble on that dive through as well. Thumbs, though, handled it like a boss. Wow.
Wow, I wonder what happened.
I don't know.
You know, sometimes one pilot will get out of their curve off their race line just a touch, and the people behind them are, you know, at least my brain sometimes is trained to sort of follow a race line. If you're thinking about traffic or thinking about the next turn or whatever, I can fall into that habit of following a pilot who's flying off the line.
It can be really difficult when you got someone in front of you and you're just watching them. You start to develop tunnel vision on that person in front of you, and you start to follow those people into the crashes, and that's hard to deal with. And if, you know, anybody who's ever flown in a race and has had somebody in front of them, you know, they can speak on that. It is not an easy thing to shake. Once you start to fall into that, you get sucked into looking at them, and then you follow that line, and it's really difficult to shake your mindset out of that and fly your own race line. It's so important. So Heat number 3 next, 15 points on the board for SK Dare and Thumbs, both tied for points. However, look at SK Dare's overall time, a 2:10.38 versus the 2:10.63 versus the 2:10.82 from G-Man. Oh, if that's not a tight race, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what is.
And it got that tight just from that last bit of the last lap of the last heat when there was that huge double error in the slinky.
Yes. right there at the end, and that's such a bad spot to wreck, because you're right there. You can feel the finish. You already felt yourself going into the gate, and right there you just get sucked into that obstacle, and the track says, nope, you're not going home. Well, you're not going home yet, I'll tell you that. Off the blocks through gate number 1, that was SK Dare in the red, and G-Man off to the right side of the screen, now on the left, as these guys mix it up a little bit. SK Dare still in the lead. And G-Man fighting with him for first place. G-Man drops to second. Shrimpy Boy, well, he's up there in the mix as well. The orange drone dropping down to 4th now. Wide turn from Robot as he smacks the gate. Ooh. And that drops him to 6th place. Meanwhile, the end of the hurricane, SK Dare and G-Man still going back and forth. Lap number 2 starts now. The turnaround up top, the split S. It'll change here. No, they're still neck and neck. The fun dip doesn't change there either. SK
making
Dare.
An error on the fun dip, setting back where we are.
Uh-oh, G-Man is now falling back, Jess. Can he get back in there? Tries to take the inside turn, swings wide out of the hurricane. That slows him down. SK Dare takes advantage of that, moves ahead on the ascent. Remember, these two guys had some trouble there before. The dive down through the slinky, no problems this time. SK Dare rounds it out into the lead, 102.40. G-Man in second. There's Thumbs. Where's Thumbs? There's Thumbs. And Flying Ryan. Whoa! Flying Ryan actually had a better connection to his timer, and he got a 107.34.
Nice.
So he gets in the mix. Thumbs in 3rd place overall, but it's SK Dare and G-Man. You're 1 and 2, 25 and 21.
Thumbs worked so hard for a comeback in that last round. Props to you, Thumbs.
Well, he got 3 points on the board, but it brought him into the top 3. He's got 18 overall. However, the overall times are no longer the short 2:10 times. They're now in the 3:12, a 3:13, and a 3:18 overall for your top 3 guys, red, blue, and yellow. We'll see what happens there. Oh, back to that question from Hondo.
Right.
He said, I won $100 last week. I fly a 5-inch now, but have been wanting a tiny whip. What should I get, Jesse?
My favorite aircraft, I would just say go with a custom brushless tiny whoop and go for as low profile as you can. You got to look at the motors because it really depends what you're doing. If you're going to be flying around animals and kids like we're talking about, you don't want all the power that you need for acro. You want a lot less to raise your throttle resolution.
Ah, good points. All right, off the blocks and into the first gate, and that was Robot in the green drone. First one to it on our side. SK Dare, well, he's up in the mix. This is his view as he tries to take over for first place. Can he do it? We'll find out. Not yet. G-Man in blue in the lead. SK Dare in 2nd place. And it looked like Thumbs. Oh, big fumble from SK Dare as he sets up for the next section of the course, and he drops all the way down to 5th place behind Flying Ryan in purple.
That opens the door for those people riding on the line between 3rd and 4th,
They just took advantage of that, said thank you for the errors that you guys made. I'll just move on by. G-Man in blue in the lead out of the split S. Thumbs just behind him. Thumbs trying to creep up and take a faster line. Can he do it? We'll find out. G-Man doing a good job so far, keeping him at bay. It's Robot in the green drone, all alone in 3rd right now. These guys have separated quite a bit from those mistakes early on. And once you get this separated, man, it's really difficult to try and catch up and move ahead.
It takes an error.
Yeah, it definitely does. G-Man in blue on the final run to the finish. He'll get 1st place. Thumbs in 2nd. And it looks like SK Dare came back to 3rd.
What?
Just in front of Robot. Man, 105.29 versus the 105.47. That was crazy. Roasty says, Jesse, can you recommend an RTF tiny whoop?
An RTF, there's a lot of great ones out there. The Tiny Hawk was mentioned. The UR67 was mentioned. A lot of the RTFs, they don't quite have the performance of when you go custom. But if you don't want to do any touching or building, yeah, there's great brushed and brushless by Newbie Drone that are fun to fly. The Tiny Hawk also really fun to fly. You're going to get the fun you want out of pretty much any of these. You just got to decide where you want to go in terms of performance.
There you go. We're heading into heat number 5, and what do we know? G-Man, SK Dare, and Thumbs have all clinched their spot moving on to the semifinals. Flying Ryan, Robot, and Shrimpy Boy unfortunately just don't have enough points. So heat 5, well, this will be a fun one. We'll see what happens. Halo, how are you on your predictions, man? I want to know. Question on Twitter, Jesse, any tip on how to organize tiny whoop races?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we do a lot of discussion about that. We've got a group of organizers that have those talks all the time. I feel like I should be quiet if we're starting the
Nah,
race.
go ahead. I told you it's a fun heat. We're in heat number 5. Nothing,
Oh, you're right. This is fun time. I'm kind of curious how this is affect the pilots now that the pressure is officially off. The results of this race not as meaningful.
No, I think it's going to relax them a bit, but I know these guys, they're all competitive and they still want to win no matter what, even if it doesn't really count for anything for them.
Yeah.
The order for the top 3 will most likely switch up a little bit, but we know the top 3 are still going on to the semifinals, and that's not going to change.
Right.
That question was from Theo Lambert, by the way, on Twitter. Thank you, Theo.
I feel like I didn't answer Theo all the way because
I
I
don't
got
think-
distracted.
Yeah, I don't think
What-
you did
what was-
either. But
What was the question again?
Theo asked, how to, any tips on how to organize a Tiny Whip race?
Okay, so step number 1, you got a couple of close friends that you've been flying with for a while. That's how it all starts. You got, those are the people that you gather together. You put a little note online or contact me and I'll do a shout out in the 30,000 person Tiny Whip group and find you some local mates to fly with. Get some good people together and start running casual races. And as it grows, you'll have to probably make it a little more professional. But don't forget, Tiny Whip is always casual. It's never a stressful event.
Yeah, that's such a good reminder to throw out there. Like drone racing can be really stressful. Excuse me. You can't move your body. You're just sitting still in a seat. You're trying to contain all this adrenaline that you have, and the only thing you're moving is your fingers, or your thumbs, and it can be difficult. So it's nice that you throw out that reminder that Tiny Whips, they're meant to be relaxation, and have some fun with it, right? I mean, they can get aggressive races, but you should still always remember to have fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen. SK Dare, G-Man, and Thumbs. Halo, how were you on your... He said, I already gave my predictions, though. Were you on? Were you on? Were you correct in your predictions here? I'm not sure if you were, but it was SK Dare, G-Man, Thumbs. Rush FPV says he won't plug his own drones, but I will. He has great options for brushed and pretty sick custom brushless from Michael Anderson on his site.
Thanks, man.
Good
Yeah,
call.
we do have some awesome builds by Michael Anderson. Getting ready to do a batch of those. Custom brushless is just a cut above all the RTFs.
There you have it, G-Man. I'm sorry, SK Dare, G-Man, and Thumbs moving on. Flying Ryan, Robot, and Trimpy Boy. You'll have to try again on Thursday. You were right, Halo Walker says. Damn, man. He said, I was right, baby.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
So we'll move on to the semifinals, ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen. Whew. We're moving right along here. Group number 1 of the semifinals. Well, that'll be Shame, Sky, Vizzy, Captain Crazy, Player 15, and Thumbs. In this group, Shames will be in red, Sky in blue, Vizzy in yellow, Captain Crazy the green drum, Player 15 in purple, and Thumbs. What color is Thumbs? Orange? I'm assuming orange. Yep, Thumbs is the orange drum.
Man, this is just going to get tighter and tighter until the end. Harder and harder. Your job just gets harder throughout the event, right?
It does. What happens is they just get closer and closer, and then I'm like, I don't know who's in the lead there. Someone's up front, someone's in second, and
Start
someone's in
rattling off
third.
names.
Yeah, right.
That's
Something's
my
gonna
favorite.
happen.
My favorite thing about Sandusky's name or whatever, his name is You Got Sandusky'd. So when you're rattling off the names of pilots, it's like, Shames, you got Sandusky'd. You're pretty much telling a pilot that they got Sandusky'd is what it sounds like.
Yeah, and
Kind of makes me want to change my name to like You Got Fucked. Or
yeah, right. Something of the nature, right? Unfortunately, we tried to change his name so it wasn't visible because it is inappropriate, but it didn't stick. It seems so. You might hear me call him Player 15. You might hear me call him You Got Sand.
Oh,
kind of-
do I not know what that means? Am I in the
Yeah,
dark?
yeah.
Oh, come on, educate me.
Yeah, I'll-
Explain as you would a child.
I would not explain this to a child. Yeah,
Can't believe I walked right into that, but that's one for each of us.
Yeah. We're just gonna move on from that one, and go to our first race in this group.
I'm gonna just
Quite
chill out
gonna
on
be, right?
Urban Dictionary later and educate myself, you guys.
Yeah, if you just type that name in, I'm sure you'll know. We got a question, though, from Simon Saucy on Twitter. It says, the thing I love about drone racing is there's no person who is born better at racing than another. It's all about how much work you are willing to put in. It's all about practice, and I love that. Simon, you're so right in that sense, my friend. No one's born better, right? It comes down to if you talk to any of these top guys, none of them are going to tell you, I just started flying a few days ago, and all of a sudden I'm the best of the best. Like, no, that's not the case. It comes from hard work and dedication. It comes from experience. It comes from, being willing to just put all of it out there on the line. And Jesse, I'm sure you can speak to that. You have a history of racing as well, which maybe people don't even realize that you actually have a history of racing as well.
Yeah, I used to do tons of mini quad racing. 2015, 2016, that's all I did. Tiny Whoop didn't exist yet. I was still flying lots of little micros, but there was no, it was really hard to get flight controllers. There was a little thing called an Alien Wii that was completely impossible to find. The whole world was ready for Tiny Whoop,
Yeah.
What I want to say, you're absolutely right. And I want to just say that in my experience, I've taught many thousands, probably thousands of people how to fly. And I know for a fact that anybody can do it. And it is just about how much you put into it. There's a painful learning curve in the beginning, and 100% of people can do it.
Yeah. What was your first ever drone?
The XBR, created by my friend Chris Fisher. He designed the XBR. It used to be called the Tiny Square. It was also one of Jordan's first aircraft. He brought that. We all brought huge fleets of XBRs to Drone Nationals 2015.
Oh, okay.
And,
so you started in 2015 or 2014?
I was flying in 2014, but there wasn't any competitions till 2015.
No, right. Yeah, I started in 2014 as well, and there was nothing.
Yeah.
My first was the QX FPV. Do you remember that thing?
The Nano
the
QX.
Nano QX,
by Spectrum. I've got a few of those. Those were really fun. And they put out a few versions of that before. They've made an FPV version, including a 3D version that could actually fly upside down and do weird tricks.
No kidding. Yeah, that was my first, and then my first full size was the QAV 250, which I bought off a friend.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of people's first mini quad.
And that's what I was expecting to hear from you, was either a QAV or a Blackout, because everyone usually says one of those two.
My first drone that I bought was actually a Blackout 330, but it is still over there in the closet unbuilt because I found the XBR and fell in love with. This is a 220 size aircraft that takes 6-inch blades and has unbelievable power. I still love that aircraft.
I haven't flown the QAV. Well, it went through a few iterations. I did some modifications to it, of course, over time. And then I crashed the hell out of it, built another one. And kind of did one of those things. I still have the original. Well, I lied. I don't have the original frame. I have my second frame that I, once I fixed it all. But I wish it was still built and flyable, because that would be kind of cool. I do, however, have an OG DRL Racer 2 that still works, mind you, and is still very flyable. Tell me you got one over there.
What's up?
Yeah, baby.
You can see that signature on the bottom.
Oh, I'm jealous. I don't have a signature on mine.
Dude, hit 'em
I'm
up.
jealous.
We got the Jordan Temkin signature and the Jet signature.
Hey, nice.
I was like, dude, sign it so I can read it. So he just wrote Jet.
Sorry for the delay, folks. We're trying to get all 6 of these players in the lobby, and we're just waiting for that to start. Meanwhile, if you guys haven't already done so, send us a tweet at Drone Race League. Use the hashtag DRLSimLive. You might win $100. 3 of you guys will get $100 at the end of today's stream. So if you want to win $100, then all you got to do is tweet at us. Tell us who you think's going to win this overall thing. If you have a question for Jesse, send us those tweets. Let us know. Maybe tell us what you're doing on quarantine. What are you doing? How's everyone doing out there? I hope you guys are all doing good. We're getting through this together as one big family. So thanks for hanging in there, everybody. DTS Money says, Canuto, will DRL ever have freestyle competitions? That's a really good question, Money. I don't know. I can't answer that question. Who knows what the future will hold and whether or not we'll have something like that. There's a very good possibility that we might. I have no idea. So,
you guys have done some really cool projects that weren't necessarily related to racing. There was one with Jordan and Zach, and I can't remember the third pilot, a while back, where you guys are blowing up cars and playing darts. You guys have gone way outside racing,
So we did kind of a kickoff for Amazon's Grand Tour. If you remember that show, if you remember the guys from what was the name? Top Gear, the original Top Gear show, when those guys left Top Gear and went and made their own version on Amazon called the Grand Tour. At the end of their season, they had these huge, giant heads that were, they were like the size of, I don't know. They were huge, okay? And they were done touring those things all over the country and all over the world, wherever they were taking them. They were taking them everywhere they went for their shows. And when they were done with them, we said, can we have them and maybe blow them up? And they ironically said, Yeah, that's a good idea. So we took those giant heads out to this crazy location in Perry, Georgia.
You were there?
I was there. I hosted the whole show. It was awesome. We went to Perry, Georgia, to this training grounds facility that's used for training military, police, fire, EMS, all kinds of first responder kind of people. They have these crazy they just destroyed locations that you can set up things to run drills on and scenarios and testing and all kinds of stuff. And so in this little abandoned, rubbled up town that they have there, we built a little race and competition. We did drone darts where the guys we attached these 9-inch spikes on the front of the drones. And they took off from a platform, went over this huge building, and then had to dive down the other side at this gigantic, huge dartboard, which was a lot of fun. And then we had another competition where the guys... we attached these big balloons to the cars. They had to try and pop the other team's balloon on the car while they were driving. It was just wild.
But the pilot was the pilot in the car?
In the car,
no?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If
you've never done that, that is a mind F for sure.
Yes, it is the weirdest feeling flying from a car. We don't recommend doing it because I don't know if that's illegal or not, but don't do it if you're not supposed to. I'll just throw that out there. If you want
get a tiny whoop in a golf cart, it's the same thing.
Yeah, right? If you guys haven't checked out those videos on YouTube, go to the DRL YouTube and look that up because it's a lot of fun.
It's worth it. It's so funny.
And at the end of it all, we exploded some things, and it was pretty epic. Meanwhile, we're in this heat, ladies and gentlemen. This is the semifinals. And it looks like Captain Crazy's made his mark up front. Now Sky in the blue drone sets the lead. As he drops down to the next section, setting up for the Hurricane next. Sky in front. And it looks like Shames in red in second. Vizzy in yellow in second. Sandman, well, he's moving on to the purple drone. He's in the purple drone into fourth place. On to lap number 2. Captain Crazy and Sky neck and neck. No, not at all. Sky up front, all alone. Shames just behind as he tries to find a way to gain some ground to that split S. Unfortunately, not able to do it yet. Meanwhile, the battle for second is fierce. Shames and Captain Crazy and Shames through the Hurricane, cuts the inside. Ooh. Captain Crazy catches up, tries to make the pass. Shames attempts to keep him at bay at the end of the run here. What do you think?
Still close. They're still neck and neck.
On the drop down, Captain Crazy pulls ahead. Can he hold it all the way through the final turn? Sky gets the lead. Captain Crazy in second and Shames in third.
Bravo, man. Look at that. They stayed together, up until the second half of the second lap. I was like, this is kind of anybody's game. They're still together.
Well, things changed there, but Sky, Captain Crazy, and Shames, you're 1, 2, 3, all 1 second apart, more or less. 10, 7, and 5. Blue, green, and red. We got Sandman. Now we got a better name here for him. Sandman 22. That's good. We got it. Hopefully it stays that way. We don't have any problems from there. Vizzy in the 5th place gets 1 point on the board. And Thumbs, well, Thumbs so far 0 points, but anything can change. We got 4 more heats to go. Halo Walker, I need to see some predictions from you, my man.
Yeah, where'd you go?
Yeah, right.
Did we miss it?
I think we might. I don't know. DTS Money says, Canoodle, I would love to see a live game of quad with the DRL pilots and Racer 4s, or even something like International Game of Whoop. So, true little fact for you, we did games of quad a long time ago on the sim on stream, but it didn't work out as well as we thought it was. But I think it would be a lot of fun to do it with the DRL pilots as well. So maybe we could set that up. Good call. Meanwhile, front of the pack. Well, that's Shames in the red drone as he takes the right turn, swings back up top. And Sky in blue goes for a pass, makes it into second. Can he hold it? We'll find out. Captain Crazy in green. This is Vizzy's view from 4th place behind. Makes the pass on Captain Crazy. Pushes into 3rd. Shames still up front. The red drone gets passed by Sky. Sky takes the lead. On the ascent into the cube. Vizzy still in 3rd, now 4th place. Here's Sky's view as he swings around. Furthers his distance in front of Shames. And Shames catches up to him through that split S. Beautiful transition for him. Sky in the lead. Shames in 2nd. Captain Crazy in the green drone in 3rd. Vizzy in 4th now. Drops back into the Hurricane and out of it. Sky still in the lead. Shames looking for any opportunities as he ends lap number 2 and sets up for the ascent and the dive into the Slinky. Shames in red going for it on Captain Crazy. Who's going to get it? The final turn. And it looks like Sky, Shames, and Captain Crazy. 102.24, 102.34, and 102.35. Oh my gosh.
1/100th of a second separating second and third after 2 laps is
wow.
incredible.
Wow. And not to
true-
mention Vizzy with a 102.65. Just a shake behind them.
Jeez.
That
You
was
know,
insane.
I love that, and it's a testament to spec racing. These pilots are on the edge of their skill level with the same drone. I love that.
Man, oh man, 20 points on the board for Sky, Captain Crazy, and Shames. Well, they both got 12, but Captain Crazy has an overall just slightly faster time, a 205.07 versus the 205.60, but there are 3 heats to go in semifinal group number 1, and anything can change here, and I dropped my pen. Be right back.
So tell me why do you think it is after 2 heats in the semifinals that we're seeing less red at the top of the board?
I don't know. I think, I don't know.
Something happened. Is it nerves of the semifinals? Is it the understanding that everybody's going to finish a 100th of a second apart?
That's a good question. I mean,
that would
Shames is our
stress me
pilot
out.
in red, and he's no stranger to be at the top of the packs. He knows what he's doing. He's a fantastic pilot, but drone racing, anything can happen, right? 1 second you're up front, the next second someone's passing you, and the next second you're hitting a wall. Who knows? Anything can happen. So I think Shames just might have to shake it off just a little bit. He knows what he could do. Sky's a great competitor, and I think that he's doing a good job trying to keep him at bay and not
Sky
allow
is
Shames.
all over him this round. Look at these two.
Let's go to that outside view as Shames stares at Sky from behind as they go on lap number 2, the turn. Sky's still in the lead, but there's a battle for second. Captain Crazy tries to take Shames on the split S, and Shames keeps him back. Sky's still in the lead. In the blue drone. Where did Sky go? Sky is not in the lead. Sky, where did? Oh, he is. Okay, I'm so
Sky
sorry.
is
Woo!
in the lead, yeah.
Okay, I hit the number 1 button and it didn't go to Sky, and I didn't see him on the screen. I almost, good thing I didn't panic, right?
Sky is pulling away. Look
Sky's
at him come down
got
the
this.
slinky.
Yeah, on the
Nice.
drop and into the final turn. Sky's in the lead, and it looks like Captain
Check out
Crazy.
second.
Shames.
Oh, what was? Oh, again, 400th one. 25th of a second.
Look
after
at
2
that.
laps.
Meanwhile, it's Sky with perfect 10s on the board, 30 points after 3 heats. Captain Crazy with 19, 2 7s and a 5, versus Shames, 2 5s and a 7 for 17 points. We're getting to that point where the bottom 3 aren't going to have a chance. I know, OGs. I know. I almost freaked. A good thing I didn't panic, right, OGs? Whew. That scared me a minute. I couldn't find him. I got scared.
I thought you were talking to the OGs, like all the original gangsters in the
Oh.
audience. Realized
no.
someone would call them G's.
No, we actually got an OGs in the
Well,
chat.
shout out to the OGs and to Mr. OGs.
There you go. I have a Thorndor. Where do you left YouTube and now you're over here on Twitch? All right, welcome to the Twitch side of things. Canoodle needs a heart rate monitor. Right? You'd probably find out that it would be pretty slow because the adrenaline doesn't hit me the same as it used to anymore. I'm dead inside, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
years of working in EMS has done that to me. So meanwhile, Shame, Sandman, and Sky and Captain Crazy, all 4 fighting for first place. Here's that outside view as they dive back down and back inside. Shame's in the lead in the red drone. Sky tries to take it. It's a jumbled mix-up up front. Now the fight for second has become fierce as Shame starts to pull away. The group catches up. Shame falls back, and he gets past. James hits the edge, resets, and is in 6th place. Captain Crazy in green. Sky in blue. Sandman in purple. These 3 back and forth, neck and neck. The battle is fierce as they set up for the Hurricane section. Meanwhile, Sky in blue pulls ahead. Sandman and Captain Crazy fighting. Sandman takes the inside. Captain Crazy takes it back. I think Captain Crazy might have it. Sandman hits a mistake. Goes down. It's Sky and Captain Crazy, your blue and green drone, as they drop through this huge tower, making that final turn. Sandman hits the forfeit after that crash. Uh-oh. Meanwhile, Thumbs has a mistake. He crashes as well. Gets back in the mix, but not in time. So 4 heats done. Sky's got 40 on the board, 26 and 20 for Captain Crazy as Shames as we got 1 heat to go. But Vizzy can still shake it up. He's only 8 points back behind Shames. Shames went down mid-race in that last one, hit the edge, hit reset. That put him in 6th place. He actually caught back up a little bit, didn't end up in 6th. So great job for him to get back up there. But anything can happen here in heat number 5.
More errors in the semifinals so far. I'm loving this.
The pressure is bigger. It's starting to ramp up. The nerves, of course, are a bigger thing here as these guys get into it. And we're running out of tournaments. There's only this one and Thursday left for these guys, all trying to get into the last 2 spots.
By the way, nerves is still, in my opinion, the best reason to enter sim competitions like this one or the one on Thursday. You can't practice nerves without a high pressure competition.
I'm with you on that. One of the best ways to get used to it is to get involved in as many competitions as you can, and one of the best ways to do that is through the sim. Meanwhile, out of the carousel onto the dive to swing back up. It's a tight battle for first place. Now the pack separates after the split S. Shames, Sky, and Captain Crazy. Now it gets close again. Shames in the lead. Sky in second place. The blue drone into the Hurricane. The first turn, the second turn, and Shames pulls ahead, drops down below, and seals the deal for first, but Sky's right on him. Lap number 2 starts now. Shames just above Sky. Shames goes down, and Sky makes the pass. Oof. And in the lead, Vizzy right there with him as well. Captain Crazy in the mix. The green drone in second now. Sky in first. Captain Crazy in second. Fighting with Vizzy through the middle of the Hurricane and out of it. Vizzy comes out ahead just in front of Captain Crazy in green. Into the dogleg. Out of the dogleg. The ascent. Uh-oh. Sky's falling back. It's a three-way battle for first on the drop down in the left turn. No, the right turn. I'm sorry. Sky falls to third. Oh, no.
Sky, what are you doing?
Sky loses it, ends up in 5th place. Captain Crazy in first, Vizzy in second.
Sky took a minute there to just regather himself before the finish line, just to have a little sigh in the hover.
But it didn't even matter for Sky. He still got first place either way. 41 points on the board for him. Captain Crazy in second place. And Shames, even with those couple mistakes in Heat 4 and 5, he still holds on to third and moves on to the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, our first 3 from today's event. Moving on to the finals. Sky, Captain Crazy, and Shames, Vizzy, Thumbs, and Sandman. We'll have to try again on Thursday for the last chance in the series. It's going to get crazy on that day. That's going to be some epic racing. Whew.
I can't wait for the finals. I cannot wait for the finals.
It's going to be insane. Group number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Free in red, Scrappy in blue. Engineer, well, we're still waiting for his results, his color to pop up. We'll tell you in a second. Rab's in there, SK Dare, and G-Man as well. I'll get your colors in just a moment as these guys load in. And don't forget, guys, your chances for submitting those entries for the Tune-In Awards to win $100, well, they're running out as time goes by. You've only got until the end of the finals to get those entries in there. Hashtag DRL Sim Live, tweet at Drone Race League, and that'll get you into the drawing to get $100. Ask Jesse what made him start his brand. ProTurn is asking.
Yeah, ProTurn. I just feel like it's something that happened to me more than something that I did. You know, a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna say the short answer is, why did I start the brand? My parents gave me a ton of encouragement and support, and got behind me, and that's pretty much the short story.
There you go. Here is your colors for your pilots. Free in red, Rab in green, G-Man in orange, Scrappy in blue, SK Dare in purple, and Engineer in the yellow drone. Going into semifinal group number 2, heat number 1.
This is going to be good.
Colors are not randomly selected. They are actually put into their positions based on the seeding order from the previous round or in the beginning from the qualifying. Question from SK Dare on Twitter. Jesse, got any big plans for the future? Question mark.
You know, a lot of the plans are on hold right now, as a matter of fact. I canceled the Invitational this year. I postponed it indefinitely until we get more information, and a lot of races are like that. We've got races planned, you know, for the summer and for after summer, but we don't know yet.
Are there any big plans that you can talk of maybe changes within, or maybe new drones or things like that? Or are they all on lockdown right now? No pun intended.
A lot's on lockdown, and a lot is unknown. Like a lot of the progress we were making. I feel bad talking during this. Awesome
nah, it's okay. We'll get into it.
Right
Keep going. Finish your thought.
Just that everything, technology is still moving just as fast, but production is slowed way down. So it's hard to say what and when is coming out.
That makes sense.
When and what is coming out.
I know what you meant. It works either way, I think. Meanwhile, lap number 2 starts with G-Man in the lead, but there's a battle behind. Free and Rab. That's the red and green drones as they go neck and neck through that split S, and now it changes the order. G-Man's, however, still in the lead. Rab trying to catch up frantically, unable to do so. G-Man keeps him at bay into the Hurricane, out of the Hurricane, and G-Man's still in the lead. pulls ahead ever so slightly. Rab falls back just a tiny bit. SK Dare in purple while he's in third. Look at G-Man as he falls to second, and Rab makes a pass. On the dive down, into the slinky, out of the slinky, the final right turn. They're neck and neck. Oh, G-Man gets it.
Got him at the last second. Man.
A 102.73 versus the 102.78. And SK Dare, well, he'll get third place in that purple drone. Whew.
That is such good racing, gentlemen.
Those guys were like connected as they went in. They were connected. It was like a propeller difference between them. Wow. G-Man takes it, gets 10 points on the board.
Tell me, Tony, what did G-Man do at the bottom of the dive?
What made
the difference?
It looked like as he came out of the dive, okay? That dive is really tricky because when you drop down that huge dive, you've got to keep yourself from bottoming out at the very bottom of that. You're going down. These guys are not letting the drones fall. They are full throttling with that forward pitch to go straight down. So it's a matter of who pulled that pitch back in time before the curve out of the drop to get that solid straightaway without wobbling too low and coming back up. And I think that ever so slightly was better from G-Man on that drop.
I want to say also that with these, I've only flown the racers, the DRL racers a little bit, but with the heavier drone, you're when you're recovering from a dive, it's got to be pristine and smooth.
Yeah.
You're feathering the pull out, as opposed to just on a standard mini quad where you just jam it in full throttle.
Trav, can you hold up for Trav? Sorry to cut you off. I don't want Trav to start the next race. I want to pull up a replay really quick, just of the end of that run. Let's see. We're gonna get the controller overlay for you guys, and I'm gonna put it towards the very end. We'll get it in the auto cam to see that outside view. And as they go across, let's see here. We're gonna slow this down. We'll go, I don't know, 30 here. All right, here's the top-down view, and you can already see that front drone right there is G-Man right there. So he came out of that drop just ever so slightly faster. Now let's see if we can give you guys. Here's G-Man's view. Oh, there it was, guys. We're not watching G-Man. We're watching Free.
We're watching people watch G-Man.
Yes, sorry. Let me go back here. Here's G-Man's view on that drop. Did you see that? Rab was right there in front of him, okay? And I talked about who can get through that drop quicker, right? Who can round that edge just ever slightly better, all right? This is G-Man's view as he sets up for the dive. You're going to see Rab pop into his view here in a moment. G-Man takes a roundabout approach. You see G-Man there. He's got the drop on him right there. G-Man cuts him off through that turn, and that allows him to make that pass. Let me give you the outside view.
Wow.
And there it is. He's already got the lead on him ever so slightly, pulls into the turn. The two were identical in that turn, but it was G-Man who came out just ever so slightly ahead of him. Man, what a drop. Just that difference coming through that slinky section and making that turn was what it was. Incredible.
Bravo. Thank you for taking us back for that. I love that you did that. I was really wanting that.
Well,
I'm sure
I think
a lot of people were.
We have FPV Kev to thank because I wasn't even thinking about that replay until he said it. So thank you so much for throwing that out there.
3 times.
He did. He wanted me to get it. And I know how you feel, man. And I was thinking that while Jesse was talking, I was like, shit, Travis is going to hit the next heat. But we got lucky. All right, here we go into the next heat. Off the blocks and through gate number 1. And it looks like
we're missing someone.
We got to restart that one. How does the Racer 4 compare IRL to the sim? Does the sim feel like IRL? That's a great question, Queerty. That's always a question that's asked all the time. We have done an extensive amount of work putting into the sim to make sure it's as realistic as we possibly can with the flight physics. We've actually been able to take the black box data from a drone, a real-life drone on a course, and we put that into the sim, and it was able to mimic the exact flight line. So we're pretty confident that it's spot on. So, yeah, man, it's right there.
Not to mention, you guys have input from a handful of the best drone racing pilots in the world, working with the sim. That's an incredible resource.
It is pretty wild. Jesse, waiting for you to come on back, and then we'll get going in the next heat. Rab's computer crashed, DTS Money. Looks like he's back in there now. Beware of those unexpected consequences, G-Man Throwing Door says. That's good. That's a good point. You never know, right? G-Man was cleaner out of that dive. It was beautiful. All right. Going into this next one. That was a really tight finish there. BioCord FPV says. Tight finish from Kevin Turner as well. No joke. No joke.
It's the reason we love spectating races. I'm the guy at the drone race with the binoculars. You know what I mean? Seriously, I roll with these binoculars. It's so much fun. But DRL does the binoculars for you. That's the best part.
They really do. I mean, we make sure you guys can see everything and put it up on that big screen. So it's pretty wild. I hope you guys get chances to go to the real life races in the future. All right, meanwhile, we're looking through the eyes of Freeze. He drops down under the bridge with Rab just in front of him. In striking distance, cuts the inside line on him, unable to make that pass. However, let's get to the outside view. And, of course, the camera switches on its own. There it is. Outside view. Who's in the lead? And it looks like it's saying, no, it's not Free. Who is up there? It looks like Rab. Rab's got it now. Rab pulls ahead. SK Dare falls back. G-Man in the mix as well. Here's Scrappy's view in the blue drone from fourth as he gets passed by Free. And things change it up. Here's SK Dare's view just behind Rab. SK Dare makes the pass. Oh, Rab takes it right back. Here they are in the Hurricane, neck and neck. Green and purple. Ladies and gentlemen, SK Dare with a beautiful pass as he comes out of the Hurricane. The dog leg is here. End of lap number 2 on the ascent. SK Dare's in the lead. Rab's in second. G-Man coming out of nowhere on the dive down. The tight right turn. And SK Dare's got this. Rab just behind. G-Man for third place.
Awesome to see a purple drone in first place, right?
There you go, man. SK Dare just killing it. 15 points on the board. But G-Man also has 15. And Rab's got 14. 2 heats down, 3 to go. Things could change. I'm ready.
I'm trying to scroll back to Halo's predictions. Did we get those?
I haven't seen Halo type in a while.
Still chilling, Halo?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Why don't you see the white drone? There's no white drone in here. Team Crash.
The disco drone?
We don't have a white drone in the mix. We've got purple, orange, green, red, blue, and yellow. Which flavor would you like? Nub says, let's go, purple. Ava, Sim is amazing. I went to a race having never flown FPV, and I still did well. Nice job, Ava. Congrats.
Yeah, props to you.
Fab fastest time, but in third. FPV Skittles coming from him over there in YouTube chat. All colors in one. That'd be cool. What do you mean? Halo defected? No, get out of here. He did not. His predictions lost and he just went home, took his ball and went home? I don't think so. I don't think so. Where did he go? Nobody knows. We'll find out. Here we go off the blocks and into the first gate. And it's Rab, and the green drone gets the whole shot into the carousel. And Engineer in the yellow drone swings high and wide. That slows him down ever so slightly. Meanwhile, Free battling for first. Rab in there as well. Out of the split S, Rab drops back. And Scrappy pushes ahead to the front of the pack, the blue drone. Meanwhile, SK Dare says, thank you very much for keeping it warm. I'll take that one. SK Dare in the lead coming out of the Hurricane. Still got it. Scrappy FPV in the blue drone. Meanwhile, what happened to Engineer? He swung wide and high, and he's all the way to the back of the pack. We talked about quarantine, but you didn't need to be that so far back. Come on now, Engineer. Get up there. SK Dare in purple, Rab in green, and the turnaround. The order hasn't changed so far. Scrappy in blue. He's in third place. Free trying to find his mark. He's in fourth, moving along. Meanwhile, SK Dare and Rab going back and forth. Say again, Jess?
I was just saying 1 and 2 still getting closer and closer.
These guys are on top of each other in the dive. SK Dare has it so far. The final turn into the finish. SK Dare will seal the deal. Rab in second and Scrappy. Well, that blue drone will get third place. Waiting for Engineer. What happened to him? Engineer stuck in the tower. Look at him. He's in there. He got out. He's free. And he rounds out that final turn. Practicing social distancing. There it is. Engineer, thank you for practicing that. But come on. We don't need you to practice that much. Get up there. You can do this, Engineer. 2 heats to go. 3 done. 25 on the board for Dare. Rab's got 21. 18 for G-Man. These guys are still close. Things could change in 2 heats to go. So you never know. Uh-oh. Are the props starting up? on the Twitch channel, we had prop betting where you guys can earn props the more you watch, and then you could use them to bet, but we don't have it turned on right now. Thordor says, I should put together an ancient drone with a wood frame and brushed motors and name it ROT, what? LOL copter because 2013. Why not? The wooden drone frames, man. Those were the hot thing back when we first started.
But were they?
Well, as hot as it could been. I don't know. I mean, I didn't own one, but a lot of people had them.
Do you remember when Andy Shen put out a bamboo frame?
Yes, the bamboos, baby. There were so many crazy iterations of frames back then. It was a wild time.
That was when a whole bunch of people were playing the frame game, and it was a little easier to make it. But
the frames were like the talk of the town too. Like it was all about the frame.
It was like that was what made you fast or something.
Right.
Do you remember after 2015, they're like, Alien, you guys, everybody should be flying an Alien.
Yeah, exactly. Well, meanwhile, this race is getting pretty crazy. It's Free in the red drone, who's in second place. SK Dare in first. Out of the Hurricane. SK Dare in the lead still. As he goes on to the ascent, Rab in second place tries to catch up to him on the drop down into the tower. SK Dare keeps him at bay. The final turn is here. Oh, look at that pass. What? That was a crazy pass right there. Gained some speed.
Yeah. I didn't get to see the pass happen. I just saw him come out of the tunnel.
That was insane. SK Dare gets passed right at the end. Rab takes it. 102.12 versus the 102.16. And those two are in 32 and 31 points, respectively. 19 for G-Man as we go into heat number 5. Well, we do definitely know that SK Dare and Rab have clinched their spot in the finals. They're moving on. Who's going to get third place? Is it going to be Scrappy? Is it going to be G-Man? What do you think?
Oh, man. Hard to see. You look at the board and you think, G-Man. He's also been playing an awesome game of comeback.
Yeah.
What was it? The first race, G-Man was in. I don't want to say something wrong, but G-Man impressing me this entire event.
Well, G-Man so far has gone backwards in order. He's got a 10 pointer for heat number 1. That means he got first. He got 5 points for heat 2. 3 for 3, and 1 for 4. The trend is not good for G-Man right now. He needs to turn it around, and he needs to turn it around now. Otherwise, Scrappy's going to capitalize. Scrappy had the opposite effect. He had only 1 point in heat number 1, 3 and 2, and then 5 and 5 and 4. So he's looking good right now for heat number 5. But I don't know if the 5 points would be good enough, but G-Man's got to get no points on the board. So, things could change here.
Check out Rab's times again. Perfectly consistent around that 102 mark.
The guy's insane. He's got it right now. He's doing great. Ladrib flew some wooden props on a freestyle quad a while back.
Oh, yeah, there was
wooden
that.
props
I
were
remember.
crazy. Remember wooden props,
video.
and remember carbon fiber props, too, when those first came out?
Yeah, I used to roll with carbon fiber props.
Those things were scary. They were pretty dangerous.
Expensive, and very scary. And when they break, they shatter.
Oh, yes, exactly. If you weren't afraid of getting hit by a prop while it was spinning, you were afraid.
You lost Scrappy on this heat.
You think, okay, we'll restart that one. If you weren't afraid of the props hitting you while they were spinning, you were certainly afraid of the prop hitting you when it broke and came flying off if it was near you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Remember,
shards.
Bi-bladed props were the only thing available at the time. There was no such thing as tri-blade props then.
Yeah. In fact, my DRL Racer 2 has these props, but I think they were introduced mid-season. Is that right?
Yeah, they didn't come along until a little bit later. It's pretty wild. So, whew. Race Pro FPV says I tried adjusting the graphic settings, but it won't work. Well, I'd have to help you out off the air, my friend. But if you want to message me, jump in the DRL Discord and send me a message, and we can see if we can troubleshoot you. You're going to have to find what is the best for your PC. Your PC could just be right on the mark of the cutoff of the minimum specs, or it could be below them. I'd have to check. So I don't know as it stands right now. But hit me up off the air, and we'll see if we can figure that out for you, okay? Question from Ricky Bobby on Twitter. I find myself pinning the throttle well before the green light. Is there any thought of adding false starts to DRL Sim? Maybe that would get annoying. What do you think? I think there's a good chance that we might switch to those kind of starting where you have to not hold that throttle up. So who knows? That could be a possibility in the future. Yeah, I mean, you need to really not make a habit of that, Ricky Bobby, to be honest with you. Try your best to break that habit. You've got to the only way to break that habit is to replace the habit with another one. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to make a new habit of holding your throttle down and waiting for the lights to work, okay? Waiting for the light to hit green for you to full throttle that. If you can do that, you'll create a new habit. You won't have that problem anymore, and you'll be okay. All right, here we go into the next heat. Ladies and gentlemen, off the blocks through the first gate. That was Rab's view. We're switching off of him, but he did get the hole shot as he rounds out of the carousel. And in the lead currently, SK Dare in purple just behind him as he takes the pass on the inside line, moves into first place. And it's G-Man who's now taking over again for first. Now drops back down. These guys are neck and neck on top of each other. And it's SK Dare in purple takes the lead, rounding it out in the, what did I call it? The Hurricane set. I won't call it the hold the blizzard for a second there. Lost my train of thought.
Some kind of weather.
Yeah, something's going on in that section, and a drone is in the lead. That's what I know. Purple, that's it. SK Dare in the lead. Rab in second, fighting for Scrappy. Remember, these guys got to make some changes here. Scrappy's got to make something happen. Scrappy currently in third place in the blue drone, just behind Rab in green. On the drop out of the Hurricane into the cube, the dog leg, and the ascent. Setting up for the slinky. Rab and SK Dare neck and neck on the dive. Down.
Oh.
Who's going to go? Oh, big
Dare.
fumble from Dare. And Rab ends up taking the lead from that huge mistake from SK Dare. He ends up in fifth place.
Oh, that's going to put him in first going into finals. No, is it?
Waiting for waiting for those updates to happen, and there it is. Rab with 41 points, SK Dare in second with 33, and it's 22 for G-Man. Scrappy misses it by 1 point. Oh, so even with what we talked about, Jesse, we talked about G-Man's trend going the opposite direction, 10-5, 3-1, and then waiting for heat number 5, and with Scrappy's his luck getting better. You know, showing the 1-pointer in heat 1, then a 3, then a 5, and a 5, and now a 7 in heat. But G-Man just happened to get the 3-pointer, and that's what did it for him, holding on to third overall and moving on to the finals. Scrappy, unfortunately, you were right there, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, that is so good. This is the reason you got to do 5 heat per round, you know? Make the best man win and spread out the influence of luck and hope and just make it all about skill.
Yeah, no kidding. Man. Well, Rab, SK Dare, and G-Man move on to the finals. Scrappy, Free, and Engineer will have to try again on Thursday. Our final tournament is coming up this Thursday, guys. We're getting closer and closer to it. I'm ready for the finals. Are you guys? I want to hear those predictions. It's Sky, Captain Crazy, Shames, Rab, SK Dare, and G-Man.
And Halo is back in the chat, getting ready to tell us how this is all going to end right now. What's up, Halo Walker?
Yeah, what do you got for us, man? He says Rab might win this whole thing. But is that your official prediction? That's the big question. Ribbit FPV says that was an awesome heat. I agree.
It was.
We do have a question over here.
Hit
From
me.
Banny on Twitter says, what would the Wright brothers say about drone racing if they were around today? Who invented the first quad? And is it in a museum anywhere? What would the Wright brothers say?
What would they say? They would say, awesome. They would be as excited. They would be more excited about drone racing than anybody alive today.
Right?
That's what I think.
I think if they were to realize, I think they'd be blown away by what their contributions were to this world and how it's affected the world in such a huge way. First of all, and to know that, you know, all these things that are flying around have somehow stemmed from that in one way or another, you know? It's pretty crazy.
Absolutely.
Who invented the first quad? I don't know the answer to that question.
I don't either. I feel like we should.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been figured out.
There were human passenger multi-rotors, failed human passenger multi-rotors a long time ago, before drones were popular.
Yeah, no kidding. I didn't know that.
But I don't have the deets.
When you say failed, was there casualties involved?
I don't know.
Oh, I wonder.
They don't. The videos that you see, you know, in those little black and white blurbs, that pop up on your feed, they don't show any catastrophic, gory deaths. But
yeah, well, of course. No.
The history of human flight is full of, you know, sacrifice.
Halo Walker says, "All right, boys, still want those predictions? Yes, we do. I want to hear them." FPV Kev says, "Happy birthday, Star. Star, is it your birthday? Hey, it's my son's birthday today. Happy birthday, brother." Star says, "I won't predict, but it's my birthday, and I'm wishing Captain Crazy a win." All right. He's voting. Star's voting for Captain Crazy, going for that win. I'm still waiting for Halo Walker to throw it out there. DTS Money says, Rab. Which heat is this? We're going into the very first heat of the finals, Halo Walker. And this is your players going into this group. Shames will be flying the yellow drone, G-Man in orange, Rab in green, SK Dare in purple, Captain Crazy in blue, and Sky in red. Heat number 1 coming up.
Still looking for those predictions from Halo Walker.
Still waiting. I'm waiting.
He's
Rab's
thinking
got this.
real hard.
You guys throw us those predictions, and don't forget, guys, the end is near for today's stream, so you're getting less and less chances here to send out your entries into the Tune-In Awards. Tweet at Drone Race League and use the hashtag DRLSimLive. You might win $100. 3 of you guys will. We'll find out what happens. All right, heat number 1 off the blocks. Who's going to get this one? It looks like Rab FPV, the green drone, was the first one through the first gate. Got that hole shot on the dive down under the bridge, making the right turn. Takes the inside line. That's Shames in yellow. G-Man in the orange drone right there behind him. Captain Crazy in blue in the mix as well. And it's SK Dare in purple, who's found the lead. Can SK Dare hold on to that? Through the Hurricane is next. The first turn, the second turn. Captain Crazy closes the distance on them. So does Sky in red. Shames, however, in yellow, has dropped down to 5th place. Now moving around. SK Dare still in the lead. Shames now moves up to 4th. Because he claws his way back up to the front of the pack. Can he do it? We'll find out. The drop into the next section. SK Dare still has the lead. Captain Crazy in blue, hot on his tail. Captain Crazy on the inside through the Hurricane. Tries to close the distance. Succeeds, but pulls back. SK Dare pulls ahead at the end of that section. On the ascent. And the Slinky's next. Jesse P. SK Dare's got this.
He does. Yep, he's gonna run off with it. First round of the finals. SK Dare, congratulations, man. Under 102. That's what it's gonna take.
Under 1. He's on a 101.94. Captain Crazy just barely squeaked ahead in front of Sky for 2nd place. Sky in 3rd. Did we see Halo Walker's prediction? I don't.
We didn't. He just said that there was a couple pilots that he really wanted to win. I gotta point out that first and last are less than 1 second apart after 2 laps. I mean, are you used to that, Tony? Is that just what's up around here?
When we get to this level in the game,
For
yes,
real.
It happens. It's crazy and it happens. These guys are just insanely close as far as skill level goes. Oh, you already posted them, Halo Seconds. I didn't see them. Could you just randomly mention exploding whales for me? Why are we talking about exploding whales, Halo Walker? The hell are you talking about, man? All right, Halo. Oh, there's
Sky
there it is.
Rab Captain. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, Sky. Damn pen. This pen is the Gurney's Resort in Mantuan, whatever the hell it is. The pen doesn't work, my friend. All right, where is it? Sky, Rab, and Captain. Okay, all right. We'll see what happens. All right. All right, heat number 2 is coming up next. 4 heats to go, guys. Dare in the lead, 10 points, 7 for Crazy. And Sky's got 5. We'll see if that changes at all. Does FP Vegan, does Orange Stuff still have the WR on here? Kev is asking.
I will find it.
What is the WR? What's he talking about?
I think it means like world record.
Oh.
I was like winning race.
Maybe, yeah. All right, drones are loading in on the podiums as we go to heat number 2 of the finals. I forgot to turn on that controller for you. Here it is. Off the blocks and into the carousel. The drop back down. All 6 are really close still. On the turn, here's the differentiator, the split S. Separates the pack, and Shames in yellow pulls ahead. And Sky's in the mix as well. The red drone, as Shames runs into the rear end of him. Sky in red up front, into the Hurricane. The first turn down. Shames pulls wide, slows down, allows Rab to make the pass in green. Sky in the lead, the red drone. Rab in 2nd, Shames in 3rd. Closes the distance. Captain Crazy gets in the mix. He's neck and neck with Shames on the split S. Shames pulls ahead. Captain Crazy falls back. Next section. Sky and Rab, you're 1-2. No changes there. Captain Crazy falls back. Shames moves ahead in 3rd. It builds the distance between him and Captain Crazy on the drop down underneath. The dog leg next. Into the tunnel. On the ascent. It's getting crazy up here. Rab in the lead. Shames in 2nd on the drop down. Rab's got it. Shames in 2nd. Captain Crazy. What happened to Dare? He was up there.
I'm saying. Yeah. Something happened in the second half of the second lap. Put him down. Gave it to Rab.
I don't know, but there's 10 points for Rab.
Rab's fastest time of the day, by the way. 102 flat.
Rab's
Still in the
fastest.
102s.
What is our overall fastest through this one? I wonder if FPV can give us that information.
Yeah, this would be hard to believe, but the track record currently right now is held by Amari with a 59.60.
Now that track record was not done obviously in this tournament because Amari's not in there. That's a crazy, crazy time. But I don't think we've hit the 1 minute mark, but I don't think we've gone sub 1 minute, have we, Trev?
No, the fastest that we saw in the qualifier was Shames with 1 minute and 0.82.
Wow, Shames killing it out there.
Gosh.
Well, we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for that update.
I gotta
Travis?
watch those. I want to watch those races. I want to see this 59-second eyes, and
Oh,
would
Mari's
love to
just him and Orange Stuff. Well, the run that you watched from Orange Stuff was reflected of that 59
Yeah,
times. That's crazy.
outstanding.
Thorndor says, "Why do you people look up these things? What are you talking about, Thorndor?" Happy chocolate covered raisin day, everyone. Ava F Pi V says, "Is it happy chocolate covered raisin day? I didn't know that." What are you talking about? The long what? Okay, I see what you're. Thank you, Thorndor. I'm not gonna scroll up and I'm not gonna pick up that one. If you know what I mean?
Scroll up, it gets weird.
Yeah, I see that, and it's gonna throw me off my mindset here as we go into the next heat and set up to see who's gonna win this thing and get the second to last seat in the final event for April 2nd. That's what they're fighting for. They're fighting for a hot seat. 12 players will win one spot in the final event on April 2nd, where they'll have a chance to battle it out to become the one and only DRL Sim pilot for the 2020 season. Who will it be? I don't know. We'll find out April 2nd. Make sure you tune in then. Meanwhile, Shames is killing it so far in the yellow drone. That was his view. And they're going through the hurricane next. All 6 still together. Wow. SK Dare falls to second. Sky in red pulls ahead. Sky's got this so far. Shames just behind. On the ascent, Shames tries to take the pass through the split S. Sky keeps him just barely at bay. Captain Crazy in blue, he's up there in the mix as well. Not very close to the front, though, as he falls back to 5th place. Sky, Shames, and Rab, you're 1, 2, 3. That's the red, yellow, and green drones. Shames' view from 3rd, now 4th place, now back into 3rd, passing in front of Captain Crazy. The final drop, Sky's in the lead. Will he take it? Rab's right there with him. The final turn, they're neck and neck. Sky gets it with a 101.98 versus the 102 flat from Rab in green. Captain Crazy in 3rd with a 102.41. So that gives us Rab's overall total with 20 points, 17 for Captain Crazy for 2nd, and Sky with 16, but 13 and 11 for SK Darren Shames. This is a tight battle. We don't even have 10-point spread between the 1st and the 5th guy. G-Man having some bad luck out there as he sits in 6th place going into Heat 4 and 5. That's not good for him.
Did you see what happened in that at the very end of that race where the pass was made into 1st? I did not catch it. I couldn't tell what was happening. I thought it was Shames and Rab, right?
No, from my understanding, that Sky had that lead on the drop into it, and he didn't let it go. I don't think there was a pass made, from my understanding, from what I saw. But who the hell knows? I could be wrong. Linuzo, what's up, man? How are you? How's the quarantine going, y'all? Question mark. We're living in here, man. We're just hanging out at home. You know what I mean? Rush says he thinks he saw a pass. I could be wrong. You guys could be right. Absolutely. My mind's going 58 miles an hour here for one simple race. Come on, Sky. Halo Walker says. All right. Off the blocks, gate number 1. Rab FPV gets the whole shot, but Sky's right there with him in red. Out of the carousel, the dive underneath the bridge will make that right turn. Sky still has this. No, Shames was up front. Sky gets him on the split S, takes the inside turn. Shames gets bested there. Sky still up front. Shames right there with him. No, not anymore. G-Man comes out of nowhere, takes 2nd place, but now falls back as he swings high through the hurricane. Sky still in the lead, though. Rab falls back. It looks like Shames right there with him. Shames and Sky. Sky and Shames. Shames just right behind him. Tries to get him to the fun dip. And he does for a quick second on the inside. Shames seals the deal. Sky's now playing chase, but he's right next to him. These two neck and neck. Shames on the inside through the hurricane. Out of it, comes out ahead. Into the dog leg. The left, right, up top. And the slinky coming up next. Sky's made the pass. Shames falls to 2nd. Shames and Sky. Shames goes wide. He falls back. Sky takes it. Rab in 2nd. Shames with a mistake out of the bottom of the slinky. That's that big drop right there. And he slightly goes to the right. That causes him to fall all the way back to 5th place. Not a good spot for him.
Oh, man, this is going to be an outstanding heat. Look at these numbers, man.
anything could change. Can we just hold here for a second while I catch my breath, maybe take a sip? It's getting hot in here, ladies and gentlemen. 27 points on the board for Rab. Sky's got 26. Captain Crazy has 22. This could change. Who's going to get first place? Is it going to be Rab, Sky, or Captain Crazy? Because anything can happen here. Tell us what you guys think. DTS Money saying Rab is insanely consistent.
Yeah, his first time breaking the 102 mark there with a 101.97, you know. That's like 12 races, no, 15, it's 14 races so far, all within 1 second.
That's incredible.
I can't do that.
Halo Walker
do that?
says that no, I can't. No, I can't. No.
I mean, suppose you're like, okay, I'm gonna go for consistency over speed. All I want is to get the same time as last time. That's probably a great practice with the sim, isn't it?
Yeah. My motto is slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Sometimes you got to slow down a little bit so you fly a little smoother, so you take better turns. Some of these guys really adopt that mentality, and it works tremendously for them.
We have lost a player.
All right, we'll be resetting that one. Captain Crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. Halo Walker says my prediction's still looking fine, Kappa. Halo, you're out of order, I think, by just the 2 guys, right? Sky, Rab, Captain. I think Sky and Rab are flopped so far. It could change, though. It could change.
It really could.
What do you think, Jesse P? Sky, Rab, or Captain?
I'm nervous. I mean, the only person that I know well is Rab, and Rab has been an outstanding pilot since I met him. I just got kicked out, so...
Come on back in. We're waiting for you anyway. We're waiting for somebody else, too.
But Rab's always been an outstanding pilot, but he's in the past, he's struggled with the nerves, and I've watched him over the last 2 years just really work on keeping his cool during the finals. But here we are at a very intense final with a 1-point difference. You know, this is a tough one. I can't make a prediction.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a guess out there.
Do it.
And God, I don't want to. This is
that's what I'm saying. It's
tough,
impossible.
Right? That's tough. All right. On the count of 3, you either say Sky, Rab, or Captain. 1, 2, 3, go.
Rab.
Okay. All right. You went with Rab.
You do it. 1, 2, 3, go.
Captain. All right. So that's what we're going with. We're just gonna and then it looks like Halo Walker's got Sky on this one. So
all right.
Amari says Sky has it as well. SK Dare says his trim might be messed up. Fix your trim. It's right there in the controller. Halo Walker saying Sky over and over. Ribbit saying Rab. Tombo says Sky. I'm seeing a big mix in there as well. We got a question. Team Crash RC, I see your question. We'll get to it after this race. I don't want to lose this one here. The excitement is getting there, and we got a fierce battle between Sky, Rab, and Captain. I've seen a lot of Skies. And then I got Jim Joe says Rab. All right, we'll see what happens. Controller overlays on. Ladies and gentlemen, off the blocks through gate number 1. It looked like Rab had the whole shot again. Familiar sight, but it's Shames in yellow who's up in front, making the right turn. The ascent up top. Shames still has it out of the split S. He loses it. Slight wobble from him as he goes down. Meanwhile, Rab's up here in the front of the pack. Here it is. Sky in red. Who's got it? SK Dare in purple screams ahead as he surges to the lead, but then falls back. Shames still working on trying to catch up as he comes out of that hurricane. Sky still in the lead. G-Man up there in the mix as well. Does Sky still have it? Yes, he does. Sky now pulls away, Jesse.
He's really pulling away.
Meanwhile, it's a fight for second. G-Man and SK Dare. That orange and purple drone as they go back and forth. G-Man still ahead just ever so slightly in front of SK Dare. Sky still in the lead. The red drone looking fierce. On to the dog leg. The end of lap number 2. The final ascent and the dive. Sky's got the dive so far into the final turn. Sky in the lead. G-Man in second. Captain Crazy out of nowhere makes it in third.
Oh, that was awesome. Sky crushed it. Congratulations, man.
What does that do for our final results? We'll find out in just a second. I can't remember based on the numbers. We'll find out who's got it. Waiting for this to refresh. This is not refreshed yet, guys. Just wait for it. There it is.
Quarterfinals, baby.
Sky, baby. Sky.
Oh, my God.
Is that you?
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Awesome. Sky. How do you feel, my friend?
Oh my gosh, I am shaking. That was incredible. That was such a great race on all pilots' behalf. Oh my goodness.
Way to get those 3 10-pointers from Heat 3, Heat 4, and Heat 5. Very consistent times after Heat number 2. The 101.98, the 101.70, the 101.94. How the hell were you just all of a sudden sticking in there when you came off of a bad position from Heat number 2? I'm sure Heat number 1, although you got 5 points, was not where you wanted to be. You know, what happened there with the changes? What happened in Heat number 2, first of all? Do you recall?
So it was just a little bit of I got shaky, didn't see the right frames, and that dive down through the floor is just especially tricky. It all happens very quickly. So I messed up there, if I remember correctly, and it was just like very difficult time recovering. Wasn't sure whether I should reset or just go for the next gate. And then I was in a call with Amari, who was already a finalist, and he's been kind of training me through this. And he said, just like keep your line smooth, flatten the curve, keep on the line that you can do, and
Flatten the curve.
Yeah, baby, that's what it's all about these days.
Man. Not only are you working on flattening the curve with the coronavirus, but you're flattening that curve here in the DRL sim, and you got yourself first place. Great job. How did you make the change, though? Coming out of a 1-point heat, that's not an easy thing to do. That's a 5th place out of the 6. That's got to get in your head. We talk about it all the time that, having a bad heat gets in your head, but it's easier said than done. That you just got to shake that off and move forward and look at the future and not the past. How did you do it, going from a 1-pointer to 3 10s?
So I knew that I looked at the score, and I knew that based on the way the scores were at that time, if I got 3 10s in a row, nobody could beat me. Like, it wasn't possible to do. And the only other person who had laid down a faster time in qualifying than me was Shames, and not very many people had beaten my fastest time during play. So I actually normally I keep my eye on the left side of the screen where it shows what positions people are in.
Yeah.
And those last 10 heats, I just ignored that because
you guys were too close.
Right, it was too close for me to ever play it safe, essentially.
Right.
So it was just a matter of focusing on this exact position on the gates I was trying to hit, staying on my line, and I was able to do that, luckily, and happened to come out on top. So I'm really stoked about it.
Congrats, man. Jesse, it was just, I said captain, you said Rab. We were just throwing them out there. We were both wrong. Sky ended up killing it out there, man.
Oh, come on now, Jesse. You're Colorado boy.
Hey,
we me like that.
Well, to be in his defense, we couldn't determine who to choose. So
I said no. He drilled me several times.
It was
said,
my
I'm
fault.
not calling it out. Then he gave me the 1-2 or 3-2-1, which I thought we were doing together.
Oh,
and then
that's tough.
Said nothing after 3-2-1.
To be fair, Rab is a solid choice. That kid is an excellent pilot. I've seen him racing other simulators, and it's no surprise that he did really well here today. So I'm curious to see how he does going into Tuesday. Same for Captain Crazy. Oh my goodness.
He was right there in the mix, and he was just surging through some of those sections in the track. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was a fierce battle for sure.
Super skilled pilots.
I also want to throw out there that Halo Walker's predictions were right.
See, he had Captain at the beginning.
Did he? I have it written.
Captain at the beginning.
I
remember.
Did he?
Oh, he might not have chosen
stream.
an order. He might have chosen a podium without an order. Did he say captain?
No. I think he was talking about that group.
He may have. Okay, he definitely got it for the group earlier in the stream. I think we were like a heat in. He was like, "I got Captain going into this. If he doesn't make a mistake."
Halo is saying that in the very beginning, he had Sky in the beginning, and then he had Captain in second, and Team Crashes seems to be confirming that. But who knows, man? The guy's still insane at predicting these things.
He's still really good, and I'm just happy my prediction came true today.
Well, yeah, I bet you are. Well, congratulations, Sky. We will see you on April 2nd. No, wait, hold on. Halo just updated. He said, Canoodle, wait, no, I had Cap in third.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
but did you have Sky in first? I mean, that's really
That's all anyone
He did
really
it.
needs.
I think he nailed it.
Yeah.
He's still really good at it, that's for sure.
He's a time traveler. What Banu Fong says. I agree, Banu. I think you're right.
It's weird. You guys know who this guy is? Is he just a name on the internet? Is he someone on the inside of DRL or something? What's up?
We can't give that. That's G14 classified information. So there is that. No, he started flying with us in the sim, and he kills it out there. A guy from, I believe, Germany, if I'm not mistaken. And he's
Awesome.
just he's incredible. I want to say he's a young guy, 16, 17, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Halo Walker just he's got those predictions on lock, man. I tell you.
And he's one of the finalists.
He
so.
is. That's right. Yeah. He's German and he's 17. There you go. Team Flippy Floppies. Oh, my God. Anyway, Sky, we will see you April 2nd in the final event. I hope you're excited, my man, because we're excited to see you battle it out with the rest of those guys. It's going to be fierce. It's going to be crazy. So make sure you guys are all here with us on April 2nd watching the final event and finding out which one of these guys are going to get the final spot and get a hot seat and become the next DRL sim pilot in the 2020 season. I'm excited for it, man. Can't wait. I can't
Nobody's,
wait.
Be good.
I mean, you know, I got to witness Fluxy winning the crown and going to becoming the next DRL pilot. This event in April 2nd won't be any less exciting. I am dying for that event. This is going to be the best, especially after seeing this racing. Imagine it's the level above finals in this race. Outstanding, man.
Yeah, it's the final countdown. No pun intended. We got tune-in awards coming up. Yes, we do. There was something else that I was going to say, and I just completely lost my train of thought, and I don't know what in the world it was. Halo Walker says, I need to get some money with these predictions, my guys. I know, right?
We need to go back to the prop system.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. Back in the old days. All right, let's get on to the tune-in awards, ladies and gentlemen. Sky, congratulations again. Thank you so much for joining us in all these events. You worked your ass off. Great job. Kudos to you. And kudos
Thank you so much, guys.
Kudos to everyone else as well. We got one more tournament coming up before our final event, and that next tournament is going to be Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you're there for that, ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday. Jesse P., we got some cash to give away.
Let's do it.
All right.
Thanks for all the questions, everybody.
We have one. That's what I was going to say. We have one more question for you, Jess.
Oh, bring it on.
Team Crash RC says, Jesse Perkins, what was your inspiration / creative vision for creating the Tiny Whip?
When I started flying tons and tons of micros before Tiny Whip existed, I felt like the focus of Tiny Flight was going to be, I didn't think it was going to be the safety. I didn't think it was going to be the ability to fly around people. I thought it was going to be the whimsy of being tiny. I thought so that's really what inspired me, was how it feels to be tiny and have a wide lens, make the world bigger. That was it.
That's huge in a tiny way, right? I mean, that's awesome. Nice. That's phenomenal. I one of the pioneers of FPV, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Perkins, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, tune in awards. Devil's Reject, are you still with us? Are you still watching? Because you got yourself $100.
Woo!
Yeah. What's with Canoodle and puns? I don't know. They're just flowing. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. It's just something. Congrats to Devil's Reject. You got yourself $100. Where are you? You got to be there somewhere.
Show your face.
Show it. All right. Second person. Where's Luke Sideris? Luke Sideris, you got yourself $100 I think Luke was in either Twitter or YouTube. Luke, where are you? Throw it out there. I still haven't seen Devil's Reject pop in the chat. He probably didn't even know. He probably had to tune out for something. Well, Luke Sideris, you got yourself $100. And guess what? Zut FPV, $100 coming right over to you as well. So you guys, congratulations, Devil Reject, Luke Sideris, and Zut FPV. You got $100 coming your way, guys. Look forward to your emails. You should get an email from one of our folks over at the corporate office. They'll be hitting you up. Either that or sending you a message through whichever platform you were using, or even on Twitter. So make sure you guys are keeping track of your Twitter messaging if you haven't already looked there. So there you have it, guys. Devil's Reject, it's $100. Luke Sideris and Zut as well, $100 for each of those guys. Zut, you did win. You did.
Nice.
Congrats. Congrats. All right, Sky, don't forget, keep a lookout to your emails and your spam boxes. You should be getting an email from our corporate office and some stuff for you to fill out for the final event. So get on it as quickly as you can if you don't mind.
Will do.
All right, Jesse P.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Tony, thank you for all that DRL does contributing to, drone racing culture. It's a big deal, and I am so lucky to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Well,
I'm gonna second that notion.
DRL has a vision, and they want to make this thing bigger than you can imagine, and they want people to have this chance to do something and just feel that feeling that not everyone has even experienced in this world yet, and that's that feeling of flight, that when you get behind the goggles and you go for that amazing first flight where you decide to take it a little beyond your limits, you fly over that tree, you fly over something, that's a feeling that I think only comes from this. And I don't know that I've matched that feeling anywhere else. And,
it's a feeling that everybody in the chat and everybody in this event understands.
Yeah, exactly. And so DRL wants to share that with the world and make sure that everybody gets that opportunity. So I think that's huge. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it one race at a time and keep on ticking it, man. Jesse P., thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. You're the best.
Hey, it's an honor. Thanks again.
Love having you here, man. I love what you're doing with the sport. Again, I've called you a pioneer. I think because of you, things have just been amazing in the sport as well. So thank you so much, Jesse P., ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, here's that applause. Here's that applause for you.
I got dead silence on my end.
Well, you won't hear it, but the stream hears it because it only goes through to the stream, and so.
Are they still clapping right now?
They're still clapping, guys.
They're still going crazy.
They're still clapping.
Believe it.
Right? They're still on, right? All right, everybody. That's it for us today. We'll see you guys again on Thursday night. I've never stopped clapping, Banu Fong says. Well, there you go. He's been clapping this whole time. All right, good. See yous and stay safe from Jan AGJ over there on YouTube. Thank you so much, everybody on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We'll see you guys all again Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys are staying safe throughout this quarantine. We're all in this together, guys. Let's do this, okay? We'll see you. Have a good night.
Later,
Jesse
guys.
P. Toodaloo. Travis Daly, where are you?
I'm just waiting for my applause, guys.
Oh, here you go.
Hit the button a whole bunch.
We got it. Where's the plus? Where is it? Oh, no, I don't have it on. Okay, hold on. I got to turn you off, and then.
We're going to have to give him a real one.
There it is, right there.
Bravo.
Travis Daly.
You can't see me, but I'm standing up. So.
Oh,
Are you
good.
bowing?
I'm bowing.
Oh, good. Take a bow, right?
He's bowing at the back end of the world. Or wait.
Frederick
Never mind.
Jean says Colorado is still clapping like crazy. I believe it. All right, guys. We're out of here. We'll see you guys Thursday night. Travis, love you, brother. Catch you later,
Thanks
man.
so much, guys.
Bye, everybody.
man.
See you, Jesse P.
Take it easy, guys.
Peace.
Toodaloos, everybody. Toodaloos. Bye-bye.